Mic check, mic check. Test, test. Mic check, mic check. Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, running my next 1 to 60 on Diablo 4 Season 9 PTR. This season is referred to as Sins of the Herodrum and involves some Nightmare Dungeon adjustments and picking up Herodic powers and jewels. The powers this season generally don't boost your damage numbers as much as in past seasons, but they do have some great utility, which I'll talk about later. Here I'm starting with a seasonal character, with campaign done and out of the way. Campaign is still one of the fastest ways to solo level from 1 to 60, the Vessel of Hatred campaign to be specific, but here I want to play around with various leveling methods and not just rely on the campaign. Do note that here it says on the seasonal character that it's the season of witchcraft and that I'm fighting back against Belial. Like this, all these tooltips are pretty much wrong. I think that this is just one of the things in the PTR that they haven't sorted out for the actual season, so don't mind that. One thing I am going to be testing here is that I intend to do this entire 1 to 60 on normal. In doing so, I can save time from not having to constantly upgrade my gear so often, since monsters are much stronger on hard, expert, and especially penitent. And even though monsters themselves give more XP in the higher difficulties, on normal mode, there are a number of things that aren't affected by the difficulty. So for example, turning in whispers will still give me the same amount of XP, regardless of whether I'm playing on normal or penitent. For the past few seasons, Incinerate has been a very strong build for leveling, and there's even been several aspects that were released that help boost Incinerate's damage even further since the last time I played it. In this season, base Incinerate got buffed, making it even better for leveling, but the key passive now has a cap. So if we take a look on Combustion, now it says that you can only gain up to 100% bonus damage from Combustion. In other words, this build has been nerfed pretty hard for the endgame, but it's a bit easier for leveling. On the other hand, this season there is a Herodic Jewel that allows your dot damage to stack infinitely. So if you get your hands on that, then I imagine you'll have an easy time with the right setup, even in Torment 4. Alright, let's go over the character start checklist. First, as always, I would equip my pet, but on the PTR, that doesn't seem to be an available feature. And I'm going to go and hire a mercenary too. Hiring a mercenary will give some nice benefits, of course, depending on which one I pick up. So, for example, I can pick up Subo here so that I have access to... I can actually see all the monsters on my minimap, making it a little easier to know where I should be throwing my Incinerate. And then I could use Rahir as a reinforcement in this case. There's two reasons I can use Rahir as a reinforcement. The first is that I can actually get report rewards with him. And the second reason is that later on, when I make it to Torment, I would want to use Rahir as my hired mercenary so that he can give me 15% resistance to all elements, or he can give me percentage total armor too. So there are a few options there with Rahir. For the time being though, I will do shield charge whenever I get CC. And for Subo, well, it doesn't much matter. I thought that there was something that allows me to get more damage over time, but oh yeah, this one. Initial Molotov explosions cause enemies to take increased damage over time from you for 3 seconds. That's the other reason why Subo's pretty good as a backup, well, as a hired mercenary to start off. So that's for mercenaries. Now this is the PTR, so I guess it doesn't apply here, but remember to pick up your reward caches as you pick them up, as well as Smoldering Ashes from the Season Journey, and also the reward caches that you could probably get if you were to do the Reputation board. And also make sure to hold on to your Renown Of course, these initial renown rewards give pretty much negligible XP, but the next renown reward that becomes available, probably when I start hitting the strongholds, will give a pretty sizable amount of XP, and that scales with my level. So the later I turn it in, the better. So I intend to turn that in at level 59, so that I can go directly to 60 once I do it for, well, each of the regions. Now we're getting to the more fun parts. We're getting to the more fun parts here for this run. I can actually start talking about the skills I intend to use. So I can start off with Firebolt, and then I can do Incinerate. Yeah, so I can put points at Incinerate here, and with Enhanced and Destructive Incinerate, I can make monsters do less damage while they're burning for me, and I burn monsters that are just around me. I'd use Teleport so I have a bit more mobility, and I can also even pick up these, because I would be using these as my other skills, and I can also pick up Familiar. So this is what my skill set would look like when I'm, well, pretty much for the, at least the next little while. Until I unlock Inferno, then I might make some adjustments, but this is the gist of my build, and this should carry me through the game. Now it's just a question of getting more ranks of Incinerate and all of the damage modifiers like Glass Cannon and so on, and other passive notes. So that's for skills. Now, when it comes to aspects and tempering, I'll talk about the tempering first, because that's a little easier to talk about. The natural finesse recipe gives raw damage. That is unlocked from the very beginning, so that's what I would use to start off. Of course, there's plenty of other better options to boost my Incinerate damage even higher. For example, there's Pyromancy Finesse. There's I can't seem to find it. Where's Fire Finesse? Pyromancy Finesse, this one, right? So there's a number of options for sure on what you can use to buff your Incinerate with the recipes. Then in terms of weapons, I would be looking for Pyromancy Augments, Fiery, for Incinerate to deal double damage. On defensive, whichever, like, for the time being, I can use Total Armor to try to reach 1,000 armor from level 1 to 60, and then later I'll probably try to get Natural Resistance, or whichever defensive temper I need to cap out armor and resistances. On utility, I would want to get, here it is, Incinerate Size, and then on mobility, well, I think that there's one for, yeah, here it is, Teleport cooldown reduction would be nice. Mobility cooldown reduction would be nice. Evade cooldown reduction, movement speed, any of those would be perfectly fine. Probably while I start off, movement speed is the way to go. And in fact, it's unlocked off natural motion, but those would be my preferred tempering recipes. But the core recipe to know about is natural finesse. That's kind of the must temper on all my equipment to start off the game. Okay. Now, aspects. For the aspect, there are, well, let's take a look at these. So there's I think there's some aspects for Incinerate. Oh yeah, there's 3 aspects here. So I can put on Conflagration aspect, and I can unlock that one, so I'll be heading there probably first. Aspect of Overheating. This was added since the last time I played Incinerate Sorcerer. It's gonna be it's going to be a core part of this build, but I don't have it right off the bat. I can't unlock it right away. And there's also Flamethrower's aspect. I'll be using that on my two-handed weapon, ideally, but also can't unlock that one. And then there's also some damage over time, offensive aspects too. Like here, aspect of Creeping Death. And I could also pick up aspect of Inevitable Fate, but that one's not as important. Then There's also Inner Calm, and I guess I could do Edge Masters. There's plenty of other ones beyond this. Tenuous Destruction could be fun, but I don't think I'd use that. So there's like plenty of other damage modifiers aside from these, but like I have Inner Calm here. You know what? I'm actually going to I'm not gonna pick up Inner Calm. I'm just gonna leave that as is. Well, actually, no. This one's really good for Incinerate since I get triple the bonus if I stand still for 3 seconds, which I usually do when I spam Incinerate. But all these other ones, Conflagration, Creeping Death, Overheating, and Flamethrower, are expressly useful for my Incinerate Sorcerer while leveling. And then when I make it into Torment difficulties, I think that's where I can start to pick up uniques like Tau Loop. So then I don't think I'm going to be needing more aspects after these ones. Okay, and then defensive aspects. There's actually plenty of defensive aspects. I can get like Disobedience, I can get Juggernauts, I can get like, not Frostblitz, okay, I can't remember it here right off the top of my head, but there was one for Ice Armor. Aspect of Conjuration? No, that's not even... Okay, so I'll just look it up. Yeah, these would be the 3 that I would consider using. So, Snow Veiled, Juggernauts, and Disobedience, mainly just to boost armor and to give myself Unstoppable and damage reduction. Resource aspects, again, I don't really know where to begin here. Sure, I could do Aspect of Umbral, I guess. These aren't as important because later on, as I get more passives, I'll probably have plenty of mana to just keep spamming Incinerate, so that's not really a problem. And then I think that really pretty much covers it. I don't think I have any other ones to really look out for. Maybe like Mind's Awakening or something. But that pretty much covers it. Oh yeah, an aspect of Bounding Conduit for reduction on teleport cooldown, why not? Or aspect of Tenuous Agility, or any of the other ones that boost movement speed. So yeah, the offensive aspects, again, are the most important. There's no non-offensive aspects that are like really a must-have, except perhaps for Juggernaut. But all the same, it's nice to keep an eye out for some of those aspects. So that's for aspects and tempering. The last things I need to discuss are elixirs and incense. Of course, I don't have any elixirs and incense available right now, but as I level, I will be popping an elixir or incense for the XP boost ASAP. And oh, one last thing. Boss power, or not boss powers, Herodic powers. So the seasonal powers don't seem to be available on the PTR without talking to the vendor of cheats, so I'm actually going to have to unlock them here in Kyovashad. I won't use these powers until Torment, since I'll pretend that at the start of Season 9, I wouldn't have access to these powers. Seasonal. And Herodic Spellcraft, yeah, that's the one. So, I wouldn't have access to these powers until I've done some Nightmare Dungeons, so I won't use them for my leveling journey, but just know that they are available. If I had access to... Well, I can talk more about which powers are good later, but yeah, that's just kind of going over these powers and how I access them in this PTR. Alright. And then finally, there's the leveling process. So, I'm gonna start off the leveling process by... Oh, that was the wrong dungeon. Where is it? Conflagration. Yeah, this one. So, I'm actually going to go and unlock Conflagration aspect first, which happens to be right outside Kyovashad. So I'm gonna head there. So, while I head on over to this aspect... Actually, hold on. I'm just gonna mark down that this is when I started the gameplay. Okay, cool. Okay, there. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was quite a bit to take in. I did talk very in-depth about how the build works, but as it's kind of customary for me to do that since, you know, anyone who perhaps wants to play Incinerate Sorcerer and has to go through the level 1 to 60 journey, I want them to be acutely aware of, well, all these things to make their leveling experience a lot easier. Now, with regards to my leveling process, I'm going to start off by opening up the codex powers that I need for this build. So in this case, it would be Conflagration first, of course, and then maybe after that I might consider doing Inner Calm. I think I will. Why not? I think I'll have time for it. So Codex first, Hellties and Whispers second, Strongholds third, Nightmare Dungeons fourth, and Renown last. And if this were the actual live season, I would be running the seasonal quest line and class quest as needed. So class quest, of course, if you're like brand new to the game for some reason and you're watching this video, and you've just, for example, like bought Diablo 4, this is your first sorcerer, you would have to do the class quest to unlock the enchantments for the sorcerer. With regards to the seasonal quest line, well, it's pretty important to run all of the stuff to do with the seasonal quest line, since the seasonal quest line tends to unlock a number of different, well, features for the season, right? So you want to make sure that that gets done ASAP, but they tend to get locked behind the like reputation board or whatever. So you can't just binge it all on one go, unless they change it for this upcoming season. At which point, yeah, you should just focus on finishing the quest line first, if that happens. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty straightforward procedure for how to level. Worth noting, like, part of the reason why I was talking about running Codex powers and Helltides and Whispers after that is because I think that it's best to get all of the powers that you need out of the way, or not powers, but all the aspects you need out of the way, since you can carry that damage boost with you as far, like, all the way into Torment, basically, so it's better to just have that unlocked so you don't have to worry about it. And then Helltides and Whispers, I like to encourage those because Helltides are a really good source of XP from, like, not just killing the monsters, but from turning in cinders. There's another reason why I'll actually like to run Helltides. So I'm actually going to farm cinders in the Helltides on normal and then turn them in on penitent. That's a good way to get like the most amount of XP from your cinders. But there's also one other advantage of turning in these cinders. You actually get sigil powder. Well, I mean, you get gear, but you actually get a lot of sigil powder from these tortured gifts of mysteries. Well, maybe not a lot of sigil powder, but you got some sigil powder, and that will allow you to craft nightmare sigils, and some of those nightmare sigils could be forgotten wisdom. So that's why I was also saying Helltides and Whispers. It's the same way with Whispers too. Whispers do give you sigil powder after level 15, of course. You need to be level 15 or greater. But once you reach level 15 or above, you can actually start running these Nightmare Sigils to get lots of XP out of them. Or, sorry, out of the Forgotten Knowledge Nightmare Sigils. I can't emphasize that enough that, like, from what I discovered in my last the last two 1 to 60s, Nightmare Dungeons typically aren't great for XP unless you have a Nightmare Sigil with Forgotten Wisdom on it. Forgotten Wisdom Nightmare Dungeons drop these gold orbs that give huge amounts of XP. And last time I even got 4 levels from each one I full cleared. So, Nightmare Dungeons... Sorry, 4 levels from each one I cleared after level 48, right? Which is kind of insane for XP in comparison to plenty of the other methods that are out there right now. So that's why I'm saying that you gotta keep an eye out for these methods of getting, like, Sigil Powder and Nightmare Sigils to open up Nightmare Dungeons. Because if you find one with Forgotten Wisdom, then yeah, you've hit the money. So, yeah. Codex, Health Hides and Whispers. Then I usually do Strongholds. Or then well, normally I do Strongholds at level 50, and then that brings me up to like level 59. But with the Nightmare Sigils, I will probably start the Strongholds a little earlier than I typically do in some of my past 1 to 60s. And then lastly, I would turn in my Renown rewards to hit level 60. So yeah, that's me kind of covering over my intention for the leveling process. I want to get kind of discuss that while I do all of this, well, while I farm all these monsters. All right, at this point, okay, I think I've slaughtered enough monsters. I think I should actually start dumping some points into my skill tree. I was just nonstop yapping, that's why I didn't really bother to pay much attention to that. Now I can kill them a lot more quickly. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else or I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I missed about this, like, initial, like, start of game sort of discussion, or start of game, like, information I need to give you as the viewer. I think that's pretty much it, really. I don't think I have anything else. Yeah, at least for the leveling side of things. I guess the last things I wanted to mention is which powers are good and why I've chosen Incinerate. That actually ties in with some of the comments on YouTube too that have come up. Sorry to leave you hanging for so long, David. But yeah, I'll get to you in a second. So yeah, the powers that I want to use. So in this case, I would run Disintegrate if I had the option. Disintegrate, at least in the PTR, does a pretty substantial amount of damage. But even if they nerf it, it... Hold on, let me just... Oh, I need an infusion, so I'm gonna do this. So with this Disintegrate, like, if there's like a group of monsters... Actually, hold on. Well, I guess can't really show it now. But if there's like a group of monsters and then I activate whichever spell the Catalyst is attached to. So Flame Shield, right? Then there's the Beam, and I can also Incinerate. So I actually get 2 different sources of damage with this power. But like I said, I'm not going to be using this just yet. But I will say that I would use this infusion, Smoldering Ember, because it would give me a pretty substantial boost to fire damage. So while this is equipped, my fire damage bonus is equal to that of my highest damage type bonus. So in this case, that would be... Well, okay, I think right now it would... I have no idea. I mean, I would assume it would just be overpowered based on this stat sheet, but... either way, like later on down the line, I'm going to be boosting like damage over time, and that would directly get converted into extra fire damage with Smoldering Ember. Never mind the fact that it also does burning damage over 5 seconds, which is way more than what my Incinerate pumps out, at least the on-screen damage for it. And then there are plenty of other Arcana that I could use well, as additional effects on my heraldic powers. Siphoning Gizmo can consume my damage over time and deal 100% of damage instantly. That's a pretty insane overall damage boost. Well, yeah. My Catalyst applies Vulnerable for 4 seconds. I could use that too, since I don't inherently have a way to apply Vulnerable, except aside from like Frost Nova. And then I could do damage resistance aura disabling, or I could do execute. I'd probably do damage resistance aura disabling, because this is actually quite a bit more annoying. Like, I don't mind having to, like, not having an execute of some kind, but I definitely mind damage reduction. So yeah, that would be kind of how I put my build together, at least right off the top of my head. Just wanted to show that so that I can kind of give you folks an idea of what to aim for. But like I said, I won't be putting any of those on for the time being, because I haven't, I guess, unlocked them rightfully. So, yeah, I mean, well, when I make it in Torment, I'll try to have some fun with it and show just what these powers are capable of. Whew. Okay, that was quite a lot of stuff to go over. I'll talk about why I chose Incinerate for this run in a second, but I wanted to have a proper opportunity to greet you. Hey, David. It's nice to see you. Thanks for taking the time to swing by and watch today's stream. I'm really sorry that I started this run a lot later than I originally said I would. I said that I was going to start it at the beginning of the day, like right in the morning, but I actually ended up... hold on, where's Wraithwind Wilds? I actually ended up spending the majority of my day working on the Thorns Barbarian build guide. So I just finished, as you know, the level 1 to Torment 4 run with my Thorns Barbarian. That one took like 12 hours in total, at least just getting through Torment. And so I put together the build guide for it, and I had to do all the editing, and I had to write like my notes that I wanted to talk about in the video and all that good stuff. And that actually took me, believe it or not, that actually took me pretty much the entire day to like put that video together. I'm actually pretty excited to release it when Season 9 goes live. I think that most of the information there is going to be pretty relevant, so I'm not really worried about any of that information going out of date. But still, it did prevent me from starting the stream like when I said I would. But oh, whoa, Gilded Baron. Oh, that's pretty huge. If I clear this, then I'll actually have a lot of gold to work with. So I should clear that treasure goblin. So Wraithwind Wilds will be next. But yeah, yeah, thanks for understanding, David. So you said, what's good, man? Okay, I'm gonna go through your comments one by one. What's good? So yeah, like I said, I'd already just finished Thorns Barb last night, and I've been working nonstop on trying to put that build planner together all day, or build guide together all day today. And then now I'm trying to run the Sorcerer, Incinerate Sorcerer to be precise. So the second comment, you said Incinerate Sorcerer play Blizzard, haha. Okay, so this actually ties in with what I was going to talk about earlier. Earlier, I was saying, why did I choose to play Incinerate? I took some time to think about it. Originally, I was going to play Hydra. Like, everyone's playing Hydra, so I was going to get in on it. And then I realized that, yeah, if everyone else is playing Hydra, then it would... Well, then I shouldn't be playing Hydra because... or I shouldn't be trying to make a guide on Hydra because I feel that everybody... If there's already, like, tons of other people who intend to play Hydra next season, I don't... Like, it feels a bit redundant for me to go and make, like, the 50th, or Hydra guide. I'd rather do a guide on lesser used builds, like, let's say, Incinerate, or Blizzard, or Ball Lightning, or something like that for Season 9. So, that's what I'm going to stick with. So, no Hydra. What you did ask, though, was, like, Incinerate Sorcerer play Blizzard. So, it was really a toss-up for me between Incinerate, Ball Lightning, and Blizzard. I chose Incinerate, though, for... How do I say this? It's mainly because of time constraints. Because there's only... Okay, so we're, like, actually halfway through the PTR. I only have about 3 days left to make content, and I'd actually like to get through at least 1 or 2 other characters after this one. And so I suspect that if I were to play Blizzard, I consider Blizzard to be a weaker build than Incinerate. So I didn't think that it would be advisable. I simply didn't think that it would be advisable for me to play Blizzard, since I thought that it would take a lot longer to finish my run with Blizzard as compared to the Incinerate Sorcerer. And there's a number of reasons for that. Incinerate, like, just... Oh, Battle Staff. Rare Battle Staff. Wow, nice. So right off the bat, Incinerate Sorcerer is much stronger than Blizzard, just off of the raw damage numbers. I wish that weren't the case. I wish they were more in line with each other, or more even. But indeed, it is the case that, well, they're not. Like, Incinerate is just hits a lot harder, which means it'll take less time for me to reach Torment 4, which means that I might feasibly be able to do my other two characters. So that's one of the big considerations on why I chose to play Incinerate. Uh, the other reason why I chose to play Incinerate is that I realized that I'm eventually going to have to play Blizzard and Ball Lightning anyway. Like when season 9 actually goes live, like the sorcerer build that I intend to use is actually Blizzard. Blizzard didn't actually receive any buffs or anything like that, but I know that there are a number of people who, at least when I did like the season 8 PTR, I put together my Blizzard video, and there were actually quite a few people who were saying, hey, finally somebody did a video on a proper Blizzard sorcerer. And well, with I didn't actually bother to equip it. Okay, hold on. Let's throw that on. I need to actually temper and upgrade this and all that, but I'm still in the middle of talking, so I'll save it for after I do all my yapping. So yeah, that's why I was saying that I think that there's a lot of people who seem to be kind of interested in a proper like build for Blizzard that can comfortably make it a Torment 4. So I'm gonna probably put that together when season 8 actually goes live, or season 9, sorry, goes live. And yeah, at that point I won't be as pressed for time as I am right now here in the PTR, right, where I only have like 3 more days left, and one of those days, well, like I'm not gonna be able to play for I'm only gonna be able to play for like 2 out of the 3 remaining days, right? So I gotta be very, I guess, mindful of my time, because like I'd probably have more fun playing Blizzard because it's more of a challenge. But this is one of those times I have to take the easy way out just so that I can actually finish it, like all the things that I want to do. That's mainly it. That's why I opted to play Incinerate here rather than Blizzard. But yeah, when next season comes up, though, I'm actually really excited to do Blizzard. I'm actually also really excited to do Ball Lightning. I think there were a few other people who had noted that uh, that Ball Lightning is one of their favorites, but it kind of got gutted after, I think it was season 3 that they were really strong. Yeah, they just haven't quite been able to get back to their former glory, but I'm hoping that that might change this upcoming season. All right. I finally have access to elixirs, so I'll probably go back to town and see if I can get some. Although, I guess I didn't really pick up any herbs, did I? I picked up like 5 bundled herbs, but anyway. So that's just what I've got for you with regards to, well, I mean, whoever's watching this after I had already finished, and also David, who was asking about Incinerate Sorcerer. You said also you haven't been on D4 much today. I've been playing the new DLC for Division 2 Battle for Brooklyn. I've never heard of that. That sounds kind of interesting. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad that you found something to kind of get in on. DOK still isn't good. I tried it last night on PTR, struggled through a pit 65 with only 4 minutes left. Well, I wouldn't expect Dance of Knives to be good. I mean, they didn't really do anything to buff Dance of Knives. Actually, I think, if anything, they kind of nerfed it. What did they change on Dance of Knives? Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. Throw that on. Okay, salvage everything else. What did they... Do I even have any veiled crystals? I don't think I do. Yeah, I'm a little short on veiled crystals, so I'll have to worry about that a little later. But, okay, can I at least get a potion? I could use even... Oh, nice, I can get 2 of these. Crit strike damage, attack speed, lucky hit. I mean, maybe vulnerable damage. I don't really have that many ways to apply vulnerable, but this is fine. I think I got lucky. The reason why I have any herbs at all is I picked up one of the plants earlier, and I think I also got 5 herbs from finishing this event, so that was good. Anyway, but yeah, okay. Glad to see that you're having fun with Battle for Brooklyn. But yeah, like Dance of Knives, I wouldn't expect it to be any better than it was before because, like, why would it, considering it didn't really get any buffs? Like, yeah, Overpower got nerfed, and Dance of Knives wasn't relying on Overpower, but on the other hand, I think they made it much tougher to snapshot concealment and, well, mainly just concealment. I think you can still snapshot Inhumans just fine for Dance of Knives, but yeah, I think concealment is based off of time now rather than on your next skill cast. So that's an adjustment that is, I would say, a nerf to it, and they made it like tougher to use it too because they made it so that you have to travel a little bit further to get more knives, which again I don't agree with. I think they're just making it clunkier for no reason. Oh wow, that's a lot of gold. Oh good. 3 billion crits was highest got with it. He was using Maxwell's latest S8 build on it. Oh, no, that's too bad. Put around with Poison View and Bursting Venom's aspect because I think it got a buff. Also tried Victimize, still was better with Momentum. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with... I'm not as familiar with Rogue as the other classes, so I don't actually know what, like, Victimize and... what Victimize is in this case. I think it got a buff. I don't know, like, I don't know if any, like, I don't know which aspects got a buff. I just know that a lot of stuff received, well, I want to say a lot of stuff received nerfs for Rogue specifically. And I talked to somebody who was very knowledgeable about Rogue last night even, and they were explaining to me that, yeah, like, Overpower got gutted and a lot of Rogue builds relied on Overpower, and there's like nothing to really replace that source of damage that they lost, so that's kind of a bummer. Nor's DOK needs a buff. Honestly, I agree with you. I think that I agree with you. Yeah. The way how I base it off of is right now my companion druid is able to make it in Torment 4 in about 8 hours, give or take, right? From Torment 1 to Torment 4, I mean. Meanwhile, it took my Dance of Knives rogue last season when arguably it was like the builds would have been stronger, right? So it took me like last season on Dance of Knives rogue like 16 hours. Now you could say that it's skill difference. You could say that maybe my build wasn't that good. Okay, fine. It doesn't really matter. What does matter is that, yeah, like we're not. What does matter is the fact that there weren't uh the fact that Dance of Knives Rogue took double double the amount of time. And keep in mind that in season 7 with the witch powers, my Dance of Knives Rogue was the fastest I was ever able to clear Torment 1 to 4, right? Like solo, of course. I think it took me 5.5 hours, right? No other build that I've played has come close to that, like 5.5 hours from Torment 1 to 4. Obviously, if people play like the most broken builds in each season, then they would be able to beat that like 5.5 hours, right? Like I think Bloodwave Necro, you just get one unique, and then suddenly you go from Torment 1 all the way to Torment 4. I get that, but that's not. That's not what I'm like trying to take into consideration here, right? Okay. And then, yeah, you were having a quick glimpse around other streams last night. Everybody's playing Hydra. Yeah, so originally I myself wanted to play Hydra, but I had to take that off the table. I was talking to other people, and I even think one person in chat, I don't remember who it was, but they said, lol, like, when I said, oh, I'm going to play Hydra, they were saying, please don't play Hydra. And I thought about it, and, like, they asked so politely, right? And at the end, like, at the end of the day, you know, it's up to me what I myself decide to play. But I thought about it, and I realized that they're right. Like, why would I play Hydra when so many other people are already playing it, right? Like, I don't really gain anything from that, from showing what other people are already doing, from what other people already know. So I'd rather play something that others aren't really doing right now. Like, you could pull up, like, most streams and, like, most Sorcerer PTR streams, and surprise, surprise, they are going to be playing Hydra. All the other builds, I think I saw somebody playing around with meteors earlier today, but still, you get what I mean. Like, it's not, well, yeah, it's You gotta go for the lesser used builds. Like that's kind of why I'm here to like show, I guess, to help players who want to play around with like off meta builds, to kind of let them, well, to kind of let them have their fun, right? Kind of show them that it is possible to. Okay, let me get out of the way there. I need to save my. I do want to save my um cinders. Like if I die, I lose all my cinders or half my cinders, and yeah, I'm trying to like stack them up for later. So let's keep that for now. Uh, yeah. You're done with 3. You're done with PTR. Tested the 3 classes and builds you needed to. What are the 3? Well, what are these 3 classes and builds? So I know one of them's Dance of Knives. What are the other 2? Like, sorry, I had lost track. I'm sure that you had already told me about it, but I forget what it was. Wait a second. I think I'm done here, actually. Hold up. Actually, I shouldn't be here. I should actually be going to this one. Actually, no, I should finish off the Harbingers. Okay, let me finish off the Harbingers, and then I can move to the other, Helltide. Alright. Okay. You never read the patch notes on what they did with BOK. I just went in and tested it. They didn't do anything to Dance of Knives specifically. What they did was, you know, concealment, right? Like, concealment is the skill where if you activate it, you go invisible, or you have stealth, you're unstoppable. And then for the next 6 seconds, whatever skill you cast, that skill will be a guaranteed crit strike and vulnerable. So, in the case of Dance of in this season, right? Like they've adjusted concealment to make it so that instead of your next skill cast, it's whenever you cast your next skill, then for the next 4 seconds, you have like all crit strikes and vulnerable. So yeah, that's a pretty big difference because that means that yeah, if I'm playing Dance of Knives, then instead of my entire duration for Dance of Knives being all crit and vulnerable, now it's only for 4 seconds, and I have to keep recasting concealment. On the flip side, if I play some other builds, right? If I play like I don't know, flurry or something, then maybe concealment will be a lot stronger for that because then it won't just be for one cast anymore on those builds. So yeah, that's something that that the developers have kind of readjusted, and it's something to be aware of for the future. Before I went to bed, I was able to clear Pit 75 PTR with your Whirlwind Quake Barb with around 7 minutes left. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I thought, yeah, happy enough to leave it at that. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. But the thing is, you said that you tested it. Did you use like all like best in slot equipment, or like how did you go about doing that exactly? One of the things I will say. Wait a second. Where's the? I'm just looking for one more Harbinger. I saw a Harbinger earlier, but it like disappeared. And I'm also looking for... Yeah, like I want to move on to the next Helltide. But, I mean, I'm not in a rush either. Like, I still have like another half hour. So, anyway, I'll sort that out a little later. Okay. Still gotta keep looking for my guy here. Your stuff wasn't best in slot. Okay, that's actually very reassuring for me. Because I don't remember if I mentioned this to you, but you said that you're playing Quake Whirlwind. Well, next season I'm going to be playing a pure Whirlwind Barb. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember why... Oh, I think it's because Thorn's Barb tends to be the, I guess, build that's, like, not as used. So I wanted to get it done in the PTR so that I can actually release it when the season goes live. Rather than for my Whirlwind Barb, I'll probably do the Whirlwind Barb on the second day. But then, yeah, like there's gonna be some people who will probably by that point have already done like a pure Whirlwind build or even like a hybrid Whirlwind with like Dust Devils or Earthquake or something, you know what I mean? So it again boils down to that, like, if I'm gonna play a build in the PTR, it has to be a build that not as many people are interested in playing. Although I guess I do have to admit though, maybe I did make a bit of a mistake here. I guess there will probably be some people playing Incinerate because there's that jewel that gives you like infinitely stacking damage or something. So that's something to look out for. But uh, yeah. Quake, Whirlwind Barb, Quill Volley. Oh yeah, right. Quill Volley Spiritborn. That's a fun one too. I think there were some people who were saying that Quill Volley is still the strongest available build on the PTR. I'm actually very skeptical about that. I'm sure Poison will be stronger just off the fact that there's, you know, infinitely stacking damage over time. So there's got to be some method that people will come up with, I'm sure, to try to like make like a Poison Spirit board be really strong. In fact, that's probably what I'm gonna end up playing when the season actually begins. I don't think I'm gonna play Thorns. I don't think there's a point. Like everyone's gonna be playing Thorns Spiritborn, so I don't really know if there's a need for me to, you know, follow suit, right? Yeah, okay. I think I've decided. I'll do Poison Spiritborn for the infinitely stacking damage. Yeah, I think I'm with that. Anyway, that's like off topic though. That's like irrelevant to what I'm doing here. So okay, Quill Volley, Spiritborn, Whirlwind Barb. Okay, so in my case, I'm gonna be playing Whirlwind Barb when the actual season begins. So I'm actually pretty stoked for that. It kind of goes in line with you know, your Whirlwind Barb. That's cool. We can both be Whirlwind Barbs of some form, I guess. All right, let me turn this in. Okay, cool. Now I'm level 14. This is excellent. I can head over to the next Helltide here. I guess I should probably... I gotta find a safe place here. It's much better for me to, like... I'm kind of glad my threat meter didn't pop, because now I can pop it in the next Helltide. I think that's how it works, right? I don't think I've really paid attention to whether or not my threat meter stays active or not. I think it does, though. Pretty sure it does. I know it deactivates, I think, if I switch difficulties. But I think that if I'm just migrating from one Helltide to the next, it should be fine. Just gonna find out here. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I still retain my progress. So now, Cinders collected, Slay Demons, Harbingers. Well, I mean, this is perfect because by popping the threat meter, then I will be able to do the Harbinger Whispers here and the Cinders Whispers and basically everything. Like, I get to expedite the process since I already did all the Whispers in the other one, right? Oh, wow, and I even get nice little... I even get a nice little Oxen Cache, so I get also some XP and materials off this too. It's good. Yeah, so I came here specifically because now I can hit these guys at the same time I'm doing the event. My damage is very low though. See, this is on normal. This is one reason why I opt to play on normal. If I upgrade or temper my gear and all that, it'll be much easier for me to kill everything. But for the time being, I haven't really upped my equipment. My items are pretty outdated. This one's like 5 levels down. I do like no damage to this guy, so I'm actually going to bypass him for now. Why can't I go through this? Alright. And then this guy shows up. Hold on a second. There. So, finish that. And get some materials. Still no Nightmare Sigils. That's the big one I'm looking for. But I can kill all the surrounding monsters. That'll be good too. Okay. So, what else was I talking about to you? David, you were talking about I'm not a big fan. As I stated, I do agree with them. Pit 75 is high enough. You need to clear, no point in going higher. That I can get behind, yeah. I totally agree with that. Especially, that applies even more so next season, right? Like, it's so funny to me. Like, I saw a post on the, like, Sorcerer subreddit, or was it the Diablo 4 subreddit? I think it was the Diablo 4 subreddit. I never checked the Sorcerer Reddit. And I think I don't know if you ever heard of this guy Lurkin. This guy Lurkin was putting out a post where he crunched the math and he was saying like, "Oh yeah, Lightning Spear got nerfed into the ground, so now I can only do Pit 90." And like that kind of got me thinking. I'm like, wait a second, that doesn't really make much sense. I mean, like right now as it is, there's so many builds that are struggling even to do like Pit 75 or Pit 80, despite having like best in slot equipment. I feel like Pit 90 is actually pretty good for a Lightning Spear, if you ask me. So, yeah, I found that pretty funny. I was like caught off guard by that, and I just had to like in my mind, I just like blinked a couple times. And I was like thinking like, wait, what? Why? Why is this a complaint? But anyway, I'm with you though. I agree with you. I do think that yeah, like Pit 75. Well, I mean, even for me, Pit 55 is good enough. Well, I guess in my case, I would much prefer being able to push for Pit 100. I feel like Pit 100 is a good number. I wish they kind of scale the game based around Pit 100 because that sounds like way more fun, right? But sure, fine. Like Pit 75, whatever. No biggie. The gameplay between Pit 55 all the way to Pit 75 is largely the same, aside from the fact that you're getting more damage numbers anyway. Like, you're not really upgrading much of your equipment at that point, aside from just getting more GAs and getting, like, maybe some, like, mythics and all that. Anyway, my point is, I'm not really... I've never really been one to suggest that, yeah, like, you know, people should really try to aim for like Pit 150 or anything like that. I feel like Pit 150 really should just be like, well, even Pit 100 is kind of aspirational, right? Hey, there we go, another rare weapon. Actually, this one's a replacement for my existing one. That's excellent. That's like a 20% damage increase, so that's good. Anyway, Pit 75 is high enough. You need to clear. Your stuff wasn't best in slot. 45 billion was the highest crits you were seeing on Quake Roll. Wow, 45 billion? I didn't even know that. Okay, wow. I still have not yet come across... I have never really done 45 billion. Aside from with the Spiritborn, okay? But Spiritborn doesn't count. That's just not a fair comparison. That built like that whole season was completely broken, so I don't count that. But yeah. So your stuff wasn't best in slot, and you said that you had a 3 GA Rage of Haragoth at 58% as my best piece of gear. Wow, okay. Yeah, next season I'm actually well, when the next season goes live, I'm actually really excited because the builds that I'm going to be playing are going to be the ones that I'm actually most interested in putting together. So yeah, I want to play Pure Whirlwind Barb. I want to play Blizzard Sorcerer and maybe Ball Lightning Sorcerer too. I need to figure out the logistics on playing both. If I want to make two separate characters, or if well, yeah, I mean, like what order I'm going to do it in, if my Ball Lightning Sorcerer will be my 7th character, all that good stuff. So yeah, Blizzard, sorry, Companion Druid, of course, will be first. So Companion Druid must be first, as always. Then probably Pure Whirlwind Barb second, Blizzard Sorcerer third, and then fourth, I don't know what I would want to do fourth. I think I kind of want to do Minion Necro, but I also, if I'm being honest, I'm actually least interested in playing a Minion Necro because Minion Necro is going to be flavor of the season since, well, everyone's going to be playing Minion Necro since there's the new unique that came out. Well, I guess last season they had the Blade of Zero 2, and no one ended up playing that, but I don't know. I always feel like Minion Necro... I really enjoy Minion Necro, but so does everybody else. It's like a similar situation to next season's Hydra Sorcerer, except I think that everyone who, well, most people who want to play Necro want to play like Minion Necro specifically, especially the content creators, meaning that there's not really much need for me to go and make a guide for Minion Necro, since there's already going to be plenty of other people who do a better job than I will. I actually think that of all the classes to play, I don't really have much to contribute to Necro, like now that I really think about it. At least with Spiritborn, even though I don't know much about it, I could play a Jaguar build. I don't see anyone talking about a Jaguar build, right? So yeah, I could do a video for Jaguar, sure. Some Jaguar skills, or like the Devourer, Like every single one of their skills are pretty cool to work with, but not all of them are used. And then for Rogue, well, Rogue has a lot of options, even though it's also one of my lesser. It's one of the classes I prefer less, right? So Necro, yeah, I'm like really not feeling it for Necro, even though like I actually really enjoy Necro. I just think that from like making videos or doing stream standpoint, I don't really see a point, or part of me doesn't really see a point in doing one for Necro. I might opt to do some of the other ones instead. Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. But I'm thinking that probably, at least in this PTR, I'll probably skip Necro altogether. Because I only have like 1 or 2 days left that I can play for, which means that maybe I can get like 1 or 2 more characters. Well, I mean, not factoring it or not counting this one, right? So I can probably only do 1 or 2 more characters, meaning that if I want to make the most use out of my time, then I have to choose the ones that I think matter the most. So I think I'll probably end up playing maybe like Poison Spiritborn on the PTR. Although Poison Spiritborn is going to be very dependent on the Herodric Jewels too, so I'll probably end up doing that last or second last. I think it has to be Rogue, Dance of Knives Rogue. I think I will go back to playing Dance of Knives Rogue and I'll see how it is, and then I'll have... Well, I'm kind of scared though that if I play Dance of Knives that it's going to take forever. That's another thing I'm a little worried about. Okay, I'm done here, finally. It's almost time, it seems. I just need to find one more Harbinger and then I'm pretty much done here. So, gotta advantage of that. This is another reason I really like Subo. I can do this, stand in the middle, and then aggro all the monsters by poking them, each of them. And then I launch my Incinerate at all of them, right? Okay. I also have a whole bunch of skill points. Yeah, this is why I'm not a speedrunner. I'm taking this nice and casual. Well, I mean by my standards. You might play Minion Necro in Season 9, not sure yet. Depends on how burnt out I get in Season 8 before season ends. That's fair. I didn't play a Sorcerer in Season 8, so I'm probably going to play Hydra Sorcerer over it in Season 9. Hey, I respect that. Yeah, like, I've been pretty excited for Hydra to receive some buffs for a very long time, and I think that the fact that they finally decided to do something about Hydra. I mean, I would have preferred if it was like baked into the skill itself, like as a passive, that if you use Incinerate, or sorry, that if you use Hydra, then you know one of the modifiers that you could get would be that, you know, that one of the modifiers for Hydra would be that, yeah, it would be an AoE. Why do I still have Artillery Shrine? I thought that I... Oh no, I hit a second Artillery Shrine, I see. Oh, this entire time I've been using Incinerate as the as my enchantment. I actually meant to do Fireball. Fireball is always so handy for getting like more AoE. Where is Lee today? He's normally in chat. Well, I think he commented on my video earlier. No, wait, he was online on D4 earlier, but you know, I was like in the middle of working on my video, so I couldn't get my stream started. I don't know if he knows that the stream's up, or maybe he went to bed. I'm not really sure where he's at, but I mean, I started the stream like really late, like way later than I meant to, but like you know, 6 to 7 hours. So yeah, I'm not really too surprised that there's like no one here. I'm actually surprised you're here, to tell you the truth. I'm not saying you're unwelcome, of course, just again, like very surprised, I suppose. Yeah, I think I'll do this one. Okay. What other ones can I pick up now? I'm gonna take a look real quick. Oh, hold on. I don't actually need to grab these. I can actually go for these ones now, finally. I already have plenty of mana. Here we go. Costs 4% less mana. So Endless Pyre and Soulfire all the way to the, well, all the way to the end. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons I love playing Sorcerer too. They're so simple to put together and all that. Okay, I'm just trying to remember what order I should do this in. Yeah, usually my Tortured Gifts of Mysteries give me like pretty bad equipment. So, I mean, relative to whispers. So this is something I wanted to try out and see for myself. Right now, I have 10 sigil powder. I'm gonna write that in. I gotta write this in my notes really quickly. Oh, whoa, hold on. I just remembered one other thing. I need to switch the difficulty here. My elixir is gonna wear off. Hmm. I need to be very careful. If I'm switching the difficulty, I need to... Oh, you know what? Yeah, let me go back to town first. I'm gonna go back to town first so that I can salvage everything. That should be the starting point. Otherwise, if I start opening these chests, I could bump into some sort of problems when my entire inventory is full. Oh, I have an amulet here. It's got movement speed. Oh, sweet. And I got some materials. Okay, so I'm gonna start off here with 10. You got all the time in the world at the moment. Okay, hold on a second. I'll talk to you after then. Let me just write this in. Okay, so 10 sigil powder before opening Helltide chests. I mean, I had like 600 cinders right here. I can actually take a look. 588. So I'll just say 600 cinders. 600 aberrant cinders here. And then after I open all the Helltide chests, I want to see how much how much I get out of this. And I do have to hurry. This one, you know what? I don't want to have to come back here a second time. So I'll salvage this one for now. Oh, you know what? There is one other thing I need to do. I might be able to temper. Well, I guess I get one temper, and it's of course going to be conflagration. Oh, I'm still short on being able to temper onto a weapon or to imprint. Okay, fine. In that case, I'll just have to settle for this then. Damage close, good enough. And speaking of which, I do have some gem fragments, so I'm gonna do 3 of these. 3 of these. I kind of need... Oh, and do I have enough? Oh, perfect. Yeah, never thought I'd be doing this, but I kind of need this so that I don't just die outright when I start picking up the... Well, I guess I need skulls more. When I actually start hitting the chests. Helltide Tortured Gifts, whatever they're called. Okay, I can set this to Penitent now. And again, here's to hoping that I don't just die outright. Oh, right. I also need to turn in my rewards here. Helms, amulets, gauntlets. Oh, I should do amulets. I had to really think about that one for a second. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should have socketed the other one. I'll deal with these ones a little later. I don't need to switch over just yet. But I will at the end of the hour. Okay, so I got 30 sigil powder from that. Level 17, 10 sigil powder, wait, it was level 60. So now I'm level 17. 40 sigil powder after turning in 10 grim favors. Okay, and then now after I do all of the... Well, after I turn in all of my grim favors, or my aberrant cinders, hopefully I can get a whole bunch of sigil powder. I need to, like, what I'm trying to test now, this time around, is to see what method is best for farming sigil powder. Because if I can, like, amass a ton of sigil powder, I just spam, like, you know, crafting at the, occultist to try and get... Oh, yeah, there we go, sigil powder. I have to always go back for the sigil powder now. Ooh. And I just realized my potion's wearing off, so I gotta keep this up. Oh, shoot. Okay, there. Sigil powder. So each of these seem to give about 10 sigil powder. So right now I'm really just trying to figure out a way to get the maximum amount of sigil powder, because if I keep, like, the more sigil powders I have, the easier it'll be for me to hit level 60 using the Forgotten Knowledge Nightmare Sigils. So that's what I'm aiming for right now. Alright. Angel Breath. I got Cinders. I'm trying to get out of the way here. And I guess down here. To be honest, I'm not overly impressed with Roderick powers. Not like the Season 8 boss power. Someone in D4 Game Chat was saying something similar as you. Again, I hate being a yes man in this case, but I can understand your perspective because I felt the same way at a first impression, except like I don't know how to really put this, but one second. Let me make sure I just don't just die outright here. Trying to just grab my loot. Please let me hit my loot. All right. So there's like a few things that I need to kind of like discuss here. Because you're talking about like, oh, they're not that impressive. Okay, so originally I thought the same, right? I thought like, okay, this is like a downgrade from boss powers, which I felt like were kind of a downgrade from witch powers. But on the other hand, I feel like maybe that's the point. Like this is kind of a crazy, like probably really unpopular opinion, okay? And I promise I'm not trying to like just be a Blizzard fanboy or anything like that. But maybe it's kind of a good thing that the powers aren't as flashy or as strong as in some of the previous seasons. Because like the witch powers and the boss powers, some of them were like really, really strong, right? Like, just as an example, ooh, I gotta clear this thing. Except I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't do any damage to this thing. I'll be chasing this forever. I should hit it though. It might give me sigil powder. It's worth it for me to chase, I think. As long as I don't die. Because if we think about it, right, in some of the previous seasons, the boss powers were just so, like, the powers were just so strong. Like just to give you an example, like, there's like one modifier power, right, for, well, I mean, there's Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. If not for Harbinger of Hatred's Volley, my Thorn's Barb would have taken way longer. Kind of like how the PTR was, where I didn't have access to any meaningful powers, and it took a lot longer, like 50% longer, right? And then, on like looking at the modifier powers, last season, they were giving us 150, okay, 150% more damage for our summons. Like, where can you just get like a free 150% like damage bucket out of nowhere, right? So in a way, it's kind of cool that it is a little. I prefer there being like powers that I'm genuinely happy to have and, well, use. But on the flip side, I also do think that maybe the powers that are already existing within the game might be a little too strong. So that's like one thing that came to mind. I'm not trying to say that I'm not trying to disagree with you, but yeah, just like upon further reflection, it's kind of like, oh yeah, maybe this might be part of the reason why some of these powers are better than, well, not better, but I think that even though these powers aren't as cool, they might be healthier for the game while they try to figure out like a baseline for how strong they want players to feel. So that was just a thought I had. I'm not sure, like, I think most people will disagree and will probably call me a lunatic, but yeah, because right now, right, like with the boss powers, yeah, there's some that are just so strong. Like, you get just so much free damage out of nowhere. But here's the other thing I wanted to say about the Herodic powers. I do like that they give you utility, right? They're not just going around boosting your damage like crazy. They're also giving you... They're also giving you, like, things like the ability to break damage reduction, which I think is super cool. that you can break a suppressor, you can break like you can apply fear, you can make yourself unstoppable. You know, there's so many things that like you actually have access to. Like if you don't, oh, whoa, almost died there. I thought I had my flame shield up, but I didn't. Wait, there we go. 1 second. I am in danger of dying because I don't have enough potions, it seems. Oh, there we go, I got my potions. So like last season, shoot. Sorry, I had to kind of focus there because they're all chasing after me. Last season, we got like a lot of crazy damage numbers, but for example, there was no way to produce myself fortify from the like as a sorcerer, right? I mean, maybe we're not supposed to have access to fortify so easily as a sorcerer, but even so, it would have been nice to get access to Fortify as a sorcerer, right? In Season 7, I had access to Fortify with the Witch powers. I thought that was super cool. I had ways to make myself barrier, or give myself barrier. I had the ability to pretty much do whatever I wanted with the boss powers. I think that was great. But then in the case of, like, this upcoming season, yeah, the damage numbers aren't going to be as high. Like, none of these actually boost damage. But, for example, I can apply Vulnerable with my Catalyst. I can fortify, I can get barrier, I can give myself more resistances. Like, I have options. And I think that's kind of cool too. But yeah, I can understand why people say that it does feel a little lazy though. And personally, if it were up to me, I would have preferred a season where they kind of do what they did in like Diablo 3, where you get access to, like, you can have, I think it's called a Kanai's Cube, right? Where you can like, okay, well, I guess I have to fight these ones. With Kanai's Cube was really cool. What Kanai's Cube did was, you can actually put, like, certain effects. So normally it's items that give effects, but with Kanai's Cube, you can actually get those effects for free. You don't have to be wearing the item. As long as you put it on the cube, like, you would have access to those. And then you can do, like, one offensive, one defensive, and one, like, utility modifier, right? I was actually really hoping that this season that they would do something like that. Because right now, like, think about it, right? As a sorcerer, you're probably going to be using a Tal loop as your unique ring, and that only really gives you 4 item slots to play around with, right? And that's sort of... Well, I think that's a bit of a shame. Alright. Let's see if I can try to finish this Whisper by the end of this hour. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Like, my feelings about this season are a lot more complicated. Well, they're actually really complicated. Like, I think that there's a lot, like, I don't feel like the game is making any, like, significant progress forward in terms of content, but I also do feel like at least they're fixing a lot of the existing problems within the game. I think that Overpower was way too strong for way too long a period of time. I think that there's a lot of builds that were top dog for a very long, like for 2 seasons, in fact, and are finally being brought down to closer to where they should be, I think. Oh, that's laggy. I can't kill this Hellborn, even though I feel like the Blood Maiden will be easier to kill than this Hellborn, which is so silly. Yeah, I think that my initial impressions is that, yeah, like, this season, well, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's like a terrible thing. Like, I like that now we have the chance to actually maybe try and, well, see other builds shine. I guess that's just all I'm trying to get at here. Okay, I was trying to, like, I should have saved my my hearts, I guess. I'm not going to be able to clear this after all. This is stupid. I can't kill the Blood Maiden. I don't have enough damage. I'm going to get out of here. Well, do I have a chest nearby? Can I make that chest? I'll try for it. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I hate to ditch Blood Maiden, but I have Flame Shield, so lucky me. Oh shoot. Yeah, like none of my gear is up to date. That's part of the problem here. Okay. Back to town. Remember Heart of the Barber? Well, actually, I don't. I didn't play Season 1. Well, I played on Season 1, but I lost interest after they, like, blanket nerfed, like, everything into the ground. I'm okay with them nerfing builds that are very clearly overpowered and are just, like, dominating the game in an unhealthy way. I'm thinking of, like, Season 3 Ball Lightning. I'm thinking of, like, Season 2 Hammer of the Ancients, right? But what's not okay is them like looking at every individual build and just like, okay, let's just take everything and just bring it down just a peg. It's like, why? Like, was it really a problem that I don't even remember. I don't remember which build. I don't remember which build I was playing at that time, but there was one that I was playing that got nerfed. I think it was like not ice shards. It was like something else. But yeah, Heart of the Barber, Rob would not shut up about that. Well, what? I mean, everyone was abusing Heart of the Barber. Like that season was basically just if somebody was putting together a build, they are a companion. They're not really a companion druid. For example, they're a Heart of the Barber druid, right? Like I think that pretty much all the builds in the game fell sort of under that category for just that season in particular. So anyway, yeah. I can actually start buffing myself up now, so this is a good time to do it. Salvage these. Oh, I finally have a worthwhile staff to use. I can put this on. Oh, let me do the thing that actually matters the most. Okay, sigil powder. So level 21, 111 sigil powder after turning in 600 cinders. Hey, Cam, thanks for the raid, dude. Whoa, I appreciate that. Rating, and it looks like he has 6 people with you. Here, I'd raid up before I go get food and get some rest. Yeah, sounds good. Yo, I mean, my day is just starting. I wish I could get rest, but, well, I mean, my stream is just starting. I wish I could say my day was just starting, but I was working on my video the entire day, too, so. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you. Hope your League of Legends adventure was good, and, yeah, I'll catch you later. Enjoy your food. Plus, it was one treasure goblin. It was good. Had a blast. I'll be lurking while I find food and eat. Okay, sounds good. All good. I don't really have too much to chime in on right now anyway, so I'm just trying to farm sigil powders. I'll talk more about that in a second, but yeah, anyone who's coming in, yeah, I'm just playing some Diablo 4. I'm on the Season 9 public test realm, and I'm trying to see, like, if I can figure out a way to level, like, really quickly, like, faster than, like, going through the Best of Hatred campaign, basically. Yeah, Heart of the Barber was stupid strong, though, yeah, David. Also, I missed this message earlier. You said you got all the time in the world at the moment. Power went off here a couple times during the night. Your bed went cold. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but at least, you know, at least you can hang out here and have some fun, so that's good. I also got, like, a bunch of Veiled Crystals, so I can finally buff my guy however I see fit. So let's start off with this amulet. I think I had one with life and damage. Sure, I'll throw that on. I would actually prefer movement speed, if that's possible. I also got, like, gold, right? So, yeah, okay, movement speed. That's good. So now, for my amulet, I can throw on conflagration aspects, so I don't have to keep re-imprinting on onto some, like, on my weapon, or yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here on my amulet. So I will have 38% more damage while I channel Incinerate for the next, pretty much forever. So I temper that on. The rest of them, I am tempted to salvage, but let me see what I roll on this first. Damage to close. Okay, just plain damage. That's good. I'm happy with that. Here, I would run mobility. Like, I want to get as much... Mobility cooldown reduction isn't bad, but if I can get movement speed... Yeah, okay, fine. I can live with this one. Trying to get movement speed, trying to, gotta go fast. And did I get... Ooh, this one's got mana per second, but I don't think I'm going to have any mana issues now that I put in some more skill points into my skill tree. Okay, well, it's pretty much everything. I don't think that I really have any other stuff I need to switch out. Why do I not have another ring available? It's kind of silly. Oh, whatever. I'm just trying to figure out how to put my character in a position where I don't have to keep like re-imprinting over and over and retempering and all that. Just like a one and done sort of deal. So this one, let's say total armor maybe. Yeah, total armor is good. This one, similar situation. Rolling for total armor. Life is good too, but total armor I think is ideal for me. What else can I put on? These are fine. Oh yeah, my boots. My boots, I would definitely want to throw on natural motion, movement speed, good. Do I have any other aspects? No, I don't. So this is all I have to work with. Oh yeah, and then of course my weapon. There's still the bug on the PTRs, so I need to... I guess I can't... 34% vulnerable damage. No, I'm gonna leave this one as is. No, this is good. This is fine. Okay, natural finesse. I'm hoping for... Okay, plain damage. First try. Let's go. And yeah, the rest of my gear, I still don't have rares, so... I salvage all this. That gives me my amethyst back. These go in here. Skull goes in here. I'm missing a ring that I'll probably pick up a little later. Cast an ultimate skill, restore primary resource. I could do that actually. I'll probably get Inferno next. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan actually. Yeah, I have plenty of materials, so might as well. And topazes, why not? Yeah. There. Good. I mean, these are the only runes I have, so I'll just make use of what I have. Oh, and I almost forgot the most important thing. I need to throw Inner Calm onto my weapon here. There. Good. That was quite a bit to do, but it got done. Oh, also, I can afford to do this. And I didn't bother to temper this, huh? That's weird. Yeah, this needs to be tempered. I kind of regret, though, that I didn't, Actually, can I still temper onto this? Is that still broken? It's probably still broken. Oh, it doesn't even matter. I can't even get damage over time on this roll. Back in a bit, you need to grab some foods. Okay, sounds good. Making me jealous. I need food, too. I haven't eaten. Yeah, I pretty much didn't eat all of today, come to think of it. I need to grab some food later, but I'll probably have to do it after this run is done. All the more reason for me to, like, keep going and finish this. Okay, slay Hellborn, slay Harbingers, invoke rituals. So the goal for me is to run as many Whispers as I can at this point. I already finished the Helltides. I can always go back to the Helltide closer to the end of the hour. Normally, I emphasize Helltides, but I want to see if by running Whispers, I can actually get more Sigil Powder and perhaps even levels than what I've been doing with the Helltide chests so far. So I just want to like... So I had like 600 Cinders. 600 Cinders is about 8 chests. I went from 40 Sigil Powder to 111. So on average, I get like... Oh, and I also killed the Treasure Goblin, but I don't know if the... Let's say the Treasure Goblin didn't give me anything. So I'd say about on average, every Helltide chest that I turn in, at least at this level, I don't know if it scales up, is giving me roughly 10 Sigil Powder on average. Now I could go back and farm a whole bunch more, but I want to see if by turning in these Whispers, if I get more. I mean, in fact, like with the... Keep in mind that in order to farm all 600 Cinders, that was basically the entire hour, right? But I turned in my 10 Grim Favors and I got about 30 Sigil Powder based on my calculations. So, uh, basically, either I spend an entire hour to get 70 Sigil Powder, or if I can speed up these Whispers, then I can get Sigil Powder way faster. So, which one should I start with? Um, Okay, these ones are ending in 25 minutes. These ones are ending in 15. Are there any ones that are going to end in a shorter period of time? No, these ones are new. So maybe I'll draw a little... Maybe I gotta draw this down somewhere. Hold on, let me get like a pen and paper. I've never done this before, but for Diablo of all things. I actually have paper on hand right now. This should be good enough. Okay, hold on a second. So finally found some paper. Okay, good. Okay, so Ked Bardu. I'd have to check here. Ked Bardu first, and then Kiovashad second. Kiovashad. Actually, wait. Well, I could have just typed this out. I don't know why I'm looking for paper. That's silly. Okay, what's the next one I would need to do? The one at Zarbinzet. Zarbinzet. And then I think this one would be next, right? Invoke rituals there. Oh no, it's the one at yeah, cool. Cool, and then the ones in Karagar. I guess they always just do this in rotation. There's gotta be other locations though, right? Alright, east. Okay. And Kurast Bazaar, this area, this region. Alright. 33 minutes. Kiovashad. No, these are the Hell Tides. I feel like I'm missing one set, but I feel like this is good enough. Alright, this should keep me preoccupied for the next little while. Alright, I'm gonna start running now. So I gotta go to Ked Bardu first, and I gotta trigger all of these whispers, right? Then I'm just gonna hop to each region, and then I'm gonna end off the hour on the Hell Tides, assuming that I'm like strong enough to take it on at this point. Let's see, corpse, slay spiders. I should do this one. Oh, these like take forever to do though. Like the each of the corpses. Oh, I can try it. Okay, let's see how long this takes. Yeah, it takes a while to like run for from each location to the other though. I don't expect to get very much XP out. Oh, I remember why the corpses take so long. It's because there's no marker for them. Like they just give us the general area, and I have to like run in a circle and hope that it's somewhere around here. There, found it finally. Yeah, I'm not expecting to get very much XP from these regular monster kills either. Even though there's like so many, since this is like the spider region. Yeah, I gotta keep my eye on the prize. That prize being all the sigil powder. Oh yeah, I'm gonna level pretty soon. My level. Also might need to consider doing some of these. I feel like if I were like a Dance of Knives rogue, it might be faster for me to run the dungeons themselves, but when I'm not playing something super fast like that, I'd rather run these like these like smaller whispers. Like harvesting Venus motes takes like 2 minutes. If each of the corpses, let's just say, takes like 1 minute, and there's like travel time from one to the other. All right. Yeah, look at that. Everything's instantly dying. I have an up-to-date weapon. I have the right tempers. I have well, 2 aspects that are very powerful, and I'll probably get more in the future. So damage is going crazy here. All right, good. I'm already maxed out. I could 17. I should probably finish this. I thought that I'd be able to finish it while I was hitting the bodies, but apparently not. This is another reason I want move speed. I want to be able to just run around and hit these guys without repeatedly having to hop on and off my horse. I think that just is faster and make my life a bit easier too. I may have to get rid of familiar. Oh, yeah. I can definitely get rid of familiar here. Repeatedly pulls enemies to its center. Well, one more level and then... Well, I mean, I get my key passive, level 23, so... Yep. I didn't even notice that I've already finished the spiders, so... I'm gonna turn in Venus motes. This is not going as quick as I would have wanted. It's not like Season 7, Season of Whispers, I would have liked to call it. Okay. Now I can move on to the next area. I'm gonna do this one. I'm not gonna do the event though. The event, I don't like doing complete an event because sometimes the event isn't even there for some reason. Like maybe because somebody else in the same instance already ran it. Either way, that's something that I've disliked since, well, since Tree of Whispers. I mean, Tree of Whispers has been in the game since like day 1, right? So, yeah, I've always hated that about Tree of Whispers since I first tried it. Hey, what's up, Connor? How's my day and night going? I'm exhausted. What's up with you? Just to give you some context, I think I said yesterday that I was going to be streaming all day today, and now I only just started my stream like an hour and a half ago. The reason for that is because I spent like literally my entire day working on the build guide for my Thorns Barbarian. The video is ready to be uploaded and released, but I'm not going to release it just yet because... wait, hold on. I have it written down. So Cad Bardu's done. I should go to Kyovashad next. Okay, this region. Yeah, so... I have my Thorns Barbarian ready, for, like, to upload it. I'm gonna probably do it closer to when the season actually begins, though. There's a number of reasons for this. But I think one of the big ones is I don't know if they're gonna make any sweeping adjustments to the next season. If they do, then I may have to, do some, like, might need to do, like, what's it called? Post-editing or something? Where sometimes you realize that, oh, well, you've already finished recording and you just gotta, like, add something after all the initial stuff is over. I don't remember the name for it, but you know what I mean. I very much need to make sure that... I gotta clear the cellar. Oh, you haven't slept? Oh. I slept at least, but I haven't eaten today. And I've also... Well, yeah, I mean, I've been... like, oh, it's one of these... I know how to do this one. This is an easy one. One, two, three, four. This is a fun one. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Did I mess this up? Oops. 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there. That should be it. Usually it takes 3 tries and then yeah. Did I get any sigil powder out of that? I know sellers are supposed to give sigil powder too, I think, but I can double check that. Nope, it didn't get any sigil powder. Okay, so sellers are worthless for sigil powder too, it seems. But I did get herbs at least. Anyway, yeah. So I was saying that I actually got sleep last night, but I mean, I haven't really been able to rest all that much, right? I've been nonstop making content since Tuesday. And I mean, I've had to do do other things along the way too. Ooh, combustion. Yes, please. Yeah, that's gonna be a massive boost to my damage too. But yeah, like I'm just not. Well, it's tough. It's really tough. Yeah. See, there's no event here. This is a stupid event whisper, and there's like no event. Maybe I should have come here first before I went into the cellar. I actually missed a whisper because of that. There's like not enough. It's called Desolate Highlands. I can understand why, because it's so desolate. Like no monsters here. And the thing is, I'm really lucky I have Subo. If not for Subo, I wouldn't know that there's like no monsters in the area. But here we are. There's actually not enough monsters in this region. Oh, they're finally spawning. Good. Anyway, sorry about that. You've been selling stuff all day on the market? You mean like in real life? Or you're talking about like Diablo? Probably a silly question, but yeah, I have to ask. Yeah, but I've been spending a great deal of time in the last like 48 or 72 hours now, actually, just grinding out. Oh. Maybe I could try to do these dungeons too. Anyway, yeah, like in the last 40 or 72 hours, I've just been grinding out like Diablo 4 content, right? If I'm not streaming, I'm basically just working on putting my build guide together. I did that for the Companion Druid. I've also done that for my I'll do chest plates. I've also done it for my Thorns Barb now, so, you know, you get the idea. I'm, like, really going through it right now and trying to, well, yeah, it's a struggle. Let's just put it like that. Yeah. I'm gonna add a socket onto... Oh. Oh, I see. So I have this equipped. This is mana on kill. No, I should have this one. And I salvage everything else. Alright. Good. I'm trying to make sure that all my equipment... Oh, I can do 2 skulls. Nice. I'm trying to, like, kit myself out in such a way where I don't have to come back to town for, like, a long time. That's kind of my plan here. That's why I also need this. So give me total armor. So now, with my... I have, like, 477 armor. Meaning that I am not going to have to upgrade for like the next 30 levels, at least. My resistances, on the other hand, are a bit of a struggle, but yeah, we'll pretend like that's irrelevant, that resistances don't really matter. By and large, I don't really think that they do early on in the game. Yeah, total armor, total armor, total armor. This is damage, this is movement speed damage, and oh, yeah, I didn't temper this. I also need to find a rare ring and then temper that, and then I think that's like pretty much finished. Damage, 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 damage. Okay, and now I just need one last rare ring. In fact, maybe I can shop it here, and then I don't have to look at... Oh yeah, that's perfect. 65,000 gold. It's a little steep, the price, but if I do this now, then I don't have to look at it later anymore. So I should have done one that actually had a socket on it, but... Okay. I'll also be turning in my whispers as I go along, right? So, yes, it's probably the right call. Attack speed. Try to roll again. Okay, this is actually getting pretty expensive though. I do need to temper, but that doesn't actually require any gold, thankfully. Crowd controlled. It'll have to do. It really will. Okay, there. Now I can replace my old one with this, and I don't have any aspects, I don't think, so just check. No other aspects to throw on. So this is it. This is my setup. I'm not going to be coming back to town for quite some time. Yeah. How many minutes? 10 minutes? Okay. 10 minutes to do this. This is good. Oh, in-game. Oh, I see. What have you been selling? Yeah. And have you had a chance to play on the PTR, didn't you, Connor? How are you finding season 9 if you did? Or I can't remember if you were able to try it or not. You're gonna have to refresh me on that. Okay, this is okay. No, I'm not doing Wayward Soul. This takes way too long. I'm just gonna keep running. Do I care to do the one Grim Favor Whispers with the corpses? Yeah, I think those are actually pretty quick. If I can find it along the way, that is. It's to be in this region. Oh, yep, like here. Got them. Oh, Husk got them from a totally valid source. Yeah, probably better I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I know that, I guess, like for me, I see that there's like people who have like tons of Betrayer's husks. There's probably some people who get them legitimately, but from what I've heard, there's some shenanigans going on with Betrayer's husk stacks, right? Like people just basically just duping them. So that's interesting. You never play the PTR because I don't want to spoil myself and get burnt out when it finally comes out. Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's respectable. I think that there were others who were in that boat too. Others I've played with as well that would rather wait for the season to come out, and then when the season actually comes out, then they'll play it. Because otherwise, why, you know, if they play on the PTR, then hold on. Skill. Yeah, like otherwise, when they play on the PTR, they realize that, oh yeah, I've already seen everything there is to play in the season, and well, that's not ideal, right? So I understand. I get you. You're oh, okay, I see. That's hmm. Like gold farmers. I mean, I thought that most people just opt to dupe it. I don't know if there's even any need to farm gold, considering that. Like, is there really a need to farm gold? Like, I thought that people can just, you know, dupe it and get like 99 million. Like, I don't know how people do it, but they do it, is my understanding. Like, otherwise, it's like impossible to hit the gold cap, right? Like some people say that, oh yeah, you could just play like a lot. Like, no, even if you spent every waking moment playing this, probably even if you shared your account, I do think that there's like a limit to how much gold you'd actually be able to farm. Also, you know, I'm doing this all wrong. I've been like killing all these monsters along the way, but I should be very specific about hitting whatever the objective is. Yeah. I'm not trying to farm them, considering how cheap they are. It's not much, much of ask. I'm not sure what you mean there. Anyway, yeah, I see there's quite a few people on Twitch. Yeah, just as a reminder, if anyone wants to ask any questions about what I'm doing or any of that kind of stuff, yeah, just go right ahead. I'm just chilling here, trying to show gameplay of trying to get to like Torment Torment 4 as quickly as possible. Not even as quickly as possible. I mean, there's like ways to go faster, but in this case right now, I'm just like testing things about the leveling process. So that's like my whole gig here. Okay. Oh, this is yeah, no, I don't want to do these. These events are not worth it at all. They're only, well, they would only be worth it if I were doing like a nightmare dungeon, maybe. But otherwise, it's not even worth considering. Alright. There it is. There's the boss. Just completely bypass everything. This is the part of the reason why Dance of Knives is such a fast build for leveling. It can move super fast and kill everything on the way to wherever it needs to get to, right? So you get like best of both worlds. You get XP from killing stuff, and you get XP from whatever objectives you're aiming to do, like Helltide, chests, or Nightmare Dungeons. Okay. I don't need to look at these anymore. The only value for gear is to salvage. That's it. So let me just cross off another region here. I think I'm starting to get the groove of this. Zarbinzet. Which one's Zarbinzet? Zarbinzet is this one, so I should be headed here next. Okay, good. By the Gur. The Gur, is that a rune? No, I'm thinking a Gar rune. Huh. Clear the Dark Catacomb. Alright, so I'm going to see how long it takes me to run this. So let's say I started off at about 15 minutes. Oh, one other thing. I realized that I turned in a whole bunch of whispers, and I didn't bother to check how many sigil, or how much sigil powder I ended up at. 45. I got 45 sigil powder out of those whispers. Gear, you mean? Oh, my bad. Gear. That's okay. That's much more expensive from them. Yeah. Gear is actually expensive. Now, that's not something you can... Well, it seems like that's not something that people can so easily dupe. Oh, I could have actually just come in from here. Oh, that's kind of embarrassing. Oh, well, whatever. Well, now I know for later. Dark Catacomb. So, level... Sigil powder after turning in 10 Grim Favors. So I'm now level 25, and my sigil powder count is at 156. So that's like 45 sigil powder. That's looking really good. Or it's getting better and better, it seems. To get a 2 GA. Oh, I gotta purge this cellar. Wait, where's my... I'm supposed to have this. Do I care about all this? I might be able to just ignore gear at this point. You know what? I'm gonna ignore gear. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna ignore it completely. See how far I can get. Yeah. Alright. Except for maybe weapons. You know what? I'll even ignore weapons. Because I'm like thinking about it, right? What do I need to pick up gear for? I was like thinking, okay, well I need to salvage, but come to think of it, I'm like spamming whispers anyway. If I'm spamming whispers, then I shouldn't actually need to get materials from anywhere aside from just whispers. In a worst case scenario, I can always run like a nightmare dungeon that has materials on it. So I'm gonna do that. Not sure how you can play Incinerate Sorcerer. I played something similar on Diablo 3 with Wizard and bored me to tears. Really? Incinerate Sorcerer is one of my... Well, when the game first launched, Incinerate Sorcerer was one of the builds that I was actually excited to play. There's just something very satisfying about you just sit yourself down and you go, I'm a firing my laser, and you just shoot the whoop. Right? It also does so much damage. It's so ridiculously strong. Like, yeah, you have to stand still to channel, but it is a pretty strong beam. When the game first launched, it wasn't as strong relative to other builds, like let's say like Ice Shards, for example, as it is now, but Yeah, now it actually feels pretty good, right? Well, for me, it feels pretty good. You have Fist of Fate that are 225? I would not bother to use Fist of Fate if it was 225. That's funny. Okay. So, chest plates, boots, gauntlets. Uh, gauntlets, actually, because maybe we can get one with core skills. And defensive aspects, yeah. This one's a bit of a no-brainer. Okay, these ones I'll sell. This, I think, is fair game. Cameron? Cast Evade? Ooh. I can cast Evade to get movement speed? Ooh, sign me up. Okay, what was I doing? So, I need to also reduce the cooldown on my teleport, I think, with evocation. Got gold. Oh, this one's got damage over time. Okay, I'll use that one, actually, over my existing one. Yeah, that's actually some free damage, so I should take that. Maybe even Place of Life. I roll it off for intelligence or something. One. Okay, there we go. Now I get like a lot of raw damage out of it. And I'm gonna try to temper it for plain damage. Good. And inner calm. Okay, there. Yeah. Nice and easy. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, salvage everything. But now I gotta figure out how much sigil powder did I get? Okay. So level 26. 186 sigil powder after turning in 10 grim favors. So, every time I turn in whispers, it gives me between like 30 and 40 grim favor, or 30 and 40 sigil powder. But every time I open a Helltide chest, I get like... Okay, hold on. What is this? Oh, I gotta slay demons. Okay, I see. I don't know what... Oh, slain villager. Is this bugged? I see like there's an icon here saying that I'm supposed to interact with something, but... Anyway. Wow, that's a lot of people who are tuning in. Hey, folks. Yeah, so I'm just playing some Diablo 4 here. This is Season 9 PTR. I'm testing the leveling process, right? A lot of people are already doing... They're trying to focus on figuring out what the end game will look like. For me, I care mostly about different builds and what their leveling journey will look like. So, yeah, I'm trying to record gameplay. This time with Incinerate Sorcerer. Last night, I finished the Thorns of Barbarian. The next character I play after might be Minion Necro. I'm still in the middle of trying to sort that out, but yeah. And then when the season begins, I'll be repeating the process and playing all different, well, probably all different builds, aside from my companion druid. I always play companion druid, so just wanted to point that out. Connor, you're going to bed? Oh, okay. Well, good luck. Good night, all. Yeah, good night. Connor, thanks for stopping by, and yeah, maybe see you. Oh, I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but yeah, we'll see. All right, good night, man. Then I rolled terrible Starless and rolled GA on attack speed. I needed to roll on crit strike chance. Wow, that's too bad. Thought they brought Blizzard Sorcerer to Diablo 4. Yeah, same here. That's how lucky I've been with gear into Season 8. It's giving you a hard time, huh? That's too bad, man. Sorry to hear. Only two mythics I've gotten so far is a useless Styriels and a useless Shattered Bow. Yeah, I can understand that struggle to some extent. I remember last season when I played... was it Season 7? Yeah, Season 7. So in Season 7, I did like a whole bunch of bosses, and I found like 3 Tyraels, I found like 4 Melted Heart of Selig. Like, I swear like there's different drop odds for the different mythics. But I guess that wouldn't explain why other people were getting like Shroud of False Death on their first try or something like that. So that was always fun to see. People getting Shroud of False Death or Air of Perdition first try. And even all the way until the end of the season, I still could not for the life of me get any such items, right? Okay. Alright, any sigil powder out of this? I actually do get sigil powder out of running events. Maybe I need to be a bit more... Maybe I need to start running events. Alright. I always love that I can just sit here and spin around to get my damage done. Actually, why am I looking at gear? Why am I picking up gear? Okay, this is... Oh, you know what? I know why. Because sometimes the chests that they come from drop... Oh, wait. Just realize there's a Legion event. I should probably... I might actually go to the Legion event. I think I can still make it. I can run there from here. Yeah, I wanted to do this, I could probably do this dungeon if I wanted to, but I suspect that maybe running Legion event might actually give some good, good rewards. Finishing an event was like 209 sigil powder. Sigil powder from an event, okay. Let's say the event gave like sigil powder. Yeah, okay. I may have taken the long way to get to the Legion event, but as long as I make it in, I can probably solo it. I have the damage, I have the AoE. It's not like the Companion Druid early levels where I'm dependent on my wolves being back up and all that. Okay, yeah, maybe I should have just taken the waypoint. Waves of Darkness, well, that's a kind of a... If that event or unevent is still there, maybe I should hit it for rewards. Okay, now that I'm in here, I can actually start writing this down. Level 27, 206 sigil powder. After completing world event. Completing world event. Okay, yeah. Ready. Yeah, need to go and hit the bosses. I can actually get ramping movement speed based off of how much I evade, so I gotta keep spamming evade. Yeah. Everything dies in like 1 or 2 ticks anyway, so. That's good. I have some pretty good movement speed now. So 50% from the rune just by itself. And then I have 18% there. 18% there, and another 11% here. So about 180% movement speed. If I teleport, I get like additional, like I basically cap out at 200%, but yeah, maybe if I upped my amulet a little bit, that would help. All right. I'm gonna put up my Inferno. That should kill that, or that should kill the Ward of Eyes. So I can keep my speed up. It is a little annoying to have to keep spamming evade just to get more movement speed, but this is certainly better than being like too slow. And my teleport is still on cooldown, or still on a pretty long cooldown, it seems. Okay, this time I'll get on my horse. This is where I think better. Yep, back to the horse. David Mustaine, day 3, or D3 Firebird Flameblade Sorcerer was pretty cool, and starter gear was easy to get for it. Oh yeah? What is Firebird Flameblade Sorcerer? I don't know what Flameblades would be. Is it just like Ice Blades, but fire? Or something? Yeah, I'll put up this Serpent. I'll probably be heading to Helltide pretty soon. Maybe just do 1 or 2 chests to see what I get out of it. Yeah, okay. Well, these resistances are doing me a solid. Pretty much was only fire-based build I liked in that game for Wizard. Oh yeah? I didn't really play that much of Diablo 3, so I don't know it like super well, right? But I do know that I enjoyed Disintegrate in Diablo 3, and I mean I still enjoy uh Incinerate here. I don't know. I like it. I actually really do like the oh, you stand still and you have to shoot this like this crazy laser beam essentially that does like a lot of damage. So that's just my take on it. Ah, there. Dead. It's solid DPS. I see. You should play a bit of D3 when S35 starts. Well, when is it starting? I don't think I would end up playing, but um, there's a pretty easy way to determine whether or not my mind will be made up on that. Ah, there. Done. Okay, so I'm at 209 sigil powder. And then now, if I open these, oh, I actually get a nightmare sigil out of it too. Okay, 223. That's it. I did all that effort to get 223 sigil powder. 235. Well, I mean, I guess that's not the worst thing. 235 sigil powder after completing Legion event. 3 chests. All right. June 6th? What's June 6th? I see. It's like next Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, I'd have to think about that one, but I don't know how well. It's tempting. I'll be honest, it does sound a bit tempting, but I also have like there's still a lot of things I still want to do in the current season for Diablo 4 though. So I think I'll have to pass. Like I actually do want to see how high I can push my companion druid with this janky build that came to mind. I also have to like level all my glyphs to like 100 or try to and all that stuff. I actually want to do that this season since I actually have a bit more time now. Uh yeah, sorry to say. Tempting though. Like that does sound fun. You only plan on playing it about 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks is it's pretty good. That's a lot of well, yeah, that's a lot of time you're giving it. I think that 3 to 4 weeks is. I mean, 3 to 4 weeks, like that means that by the time you finish Diablo 3 Season 35, Diablo 4 will have a lot like released their season, is my understanding, right? Because as far as I know, the season, like sorry, season 9. Okay, I'm getting out of here. Season 9 is being released on July the 1st. So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to be playing for 3 to 4 weeks, then by the time you finish, Diablo 4's new season will be ready, assuming that you're actually not burnt out and you're willing to play it. Okay, open up all these. Why am I even bothering to look at this gear? All this gear is not... It's like not worth it. Yeah, it works out well with timing that way. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah. I don't know, there's like things about Diablo 3 that I actually think are like really cool systems, right? Like, I feel like the system that Riker, I think we talked about this today. I think it was you and me, right? Like Riker had a system, he put out a video and he was talking about like, oh, well, this is what the end game for Diablo 4 could look like. And like, it actually kind of made me think back to like Diablo 3 because they have some systems in place that are pretty cool. One of the things I miss is that like in Diablo 4, there's like Tree of Whispers exists, but and like Season Journey exists too. But I think in Diablo 3, if you do the Season Journey, you actually get rewarded with like a set that you can use, right? And then once you get the set, suddenly you're like so much more powerful than you were without it. And I think that's cool. Like I think that getting like these power spikes, making your character feel like that much stronger is, I don't know, I think that that's just pretty awesome. That was you, okay, yeah. That's what I recall, but just double check here. What's the it's Slay Hellborn? So I gotta actually trigger the I have to trigger my threat meter. That's just not gonna happen. I didn't budget myself enough time, but that's okay. Like, it takes a while to get the Hellborn up and going. Now, the main reason I'm here is because I want to know how much sigil powder I'm getting. If it's still gonna be roughly the same amount as when I was doing it at like level 15 or what. Okay, I'm almost. I also need to get another heart. I want to spawn a Blood Maiden. I want to fight a Blood Maiden, and I want to actually kill it this time rather than failing it, but it might be a bit of a tall order. My weapon is, like, very outdated. I might just hold off on it, actually. I don't need to kill Blood Maiden on this one. Thought it would be nice to kill a Blood Maiden, but yeah, after how poorly the last one went, I'd actually like to be, like, properly, like, well-equipped for it. Okay. Oh, there's an event here. I think I can swing by and just do the, like, that event. Slay 3 Harbingers? Oh, okay. Actually, I should be doing all these events. These events actually give a pretty good amount of sigil powder now that I think about it. I gotta pay more attention than ever to these events. Like, ones like this one, and I know that, like, this is Kyovashad, so I know that there's one here where I just pinned on the map. Yeah, I memorized that one because I used to try to farm it. Should always just do events, especially the whisper, like the ones that are tied to like whispers and all that. Okay. Oh, the prisoner is here. All right. Lots of cinders. I guess I could go down here. Oh. Why is he outside there? It's so weird. Okay, well, I don't want to bother to figure out how to, like, walk over, so I'll just teleport it. Oh, I was supposed to go in from here. Okay. Free the captives. Oh, and there's one more. I think I had to go up for this one. Yeah, this is why it's nice to have the, cooldown reduction on teleport, since I can just bypass a lot of these. I would like to get, like, bounding conduit aspect. That would be a good one. I also just realized I've been unlocking aspects. I wonder if any of them have been particularly useful. Okay, 258 sigil powder. 258 sigil powder after completing world event. These world events seem to give, like, roughly 20. That's not bad for the amount of time that I spend on them. Okay. Now I can set it to... I should have actually gone to Kyovashad. Whoops. If I went to Kyovashad, I could have just hit the world tier statue there. Have I ever tried Wolcen? I saw gameplay of it by some YouTuber I used to watch. Uh, yeah, there was a guy. I don't know if I don't think you would have heard of him. The guy's name is Dobrunsky. I think he was like playing Wilson for a time. That was really fun to watch, but I think he had stopped playing it eventually because it's just well for a number of reasons I imagine. Like it wasn't fleshed out enough, I think, or something similar as Diablo. But I tried. It wasn't too impressed. Yeah, I heard that that game had a number of issues surrounding it. Um, it looked cool and interesting at first, but when it actually launched, I remember hearing that it just wasn't as good as people were hoping for it to be. Okay, I got 5 sigil powder out of that. Gonna do one more. Okay. Edge Masters? Oh, that's good. That's a nice one, but... okay. Let's take a look and see how much sigil powder I got out of that. Okay. Level 29. 274 sigil powder after turning in 150 cinders. So that's 2 chests. Each chest gave me like 8 sigil powder. Okay, so Helltide chests are pretty bad for sigil powder, it seems. World events are really good. Legion events are okay. Like it does take a while to do a Legion event though. Sigil powder turning in 10 grim favors. Yeah, each like 10 grim. If I turn in 10 grim favors, then I get like 30 powder, and if I complete an event, I get 20. So far, if I look at like per time, I should just be running events. Like it's so bizarre. I never thought that it would be like this, but like events are actually the best way for me to kit myself out. Oh, what's this? I'll salvage everything, including Edge Masters, and I can throw Edge Masters on my well, anything really. I'll salvage all items. Did I unlock some aspects? No, I guess not. Edge Masters, I mean, free damage. Why not? Good. I have enough gold for it, too. I have some obols. And you know what I should do now? Well, no, I'll craft my sigils a little later. But, okay, it's nice to get a good baseline as to what I can expect. So, I'm going to ignore the Helltide from here on out. I gotta set it back to normal. And then I gotta... I'm not gonna slay Blood Maiden. I'll do that probably last. Let's go do the next set of Whispers. So I did Zarbinzet, essentially. Next one is Cool, right? I remember there were some... Here, was it? Wait, what? Did I time out already? I guess I did. Yeah, I guess I timed out just because... I did do like a number of activities since I was in Zarbinzet. I did Legion event, then I did Helltide. So I guess that would make sense. So then I think the next location then is East Karagar. I'm glad I actually wrote all this down. Ah, there we go. It's ending in 7 minutes. So it's good timing. I'm going to try to run as many Whispers here as I can. This is also pretty, like, I'm at like, what, 9 Grim Favors? I am at 9 Grim Favors. Oh, I was actually really close to finishing this. Hold on. I should probably finish that. Oops. Pretty bad. I'm just short like 1 Grim Favor. Yeah, nah, not heard of them. I see. Just had some cheese rolls. You guys eat those at the USA? Not as far as I know. It's not a particularly common thing. Sounds good. And I would eat one if I had one right here, but no. Generally speaking, I think not. Well, there's an event here. Might as well just hit this event. It should give like a lot of sigil powder, right? But I have this pretty sizable amount of AoE. Oh, it's a Helltide Harbinger. Well, I mean, I guess I can't get credited for for killing them. Here. Oh, that's fine. I need him to spawn quicker. Come on. Altine ends in 1 second. No. Missed it. Well, I still don't think it much matters, though. Oh, I got sigil powder out of that. And what about here? Did I get more sigil powder? Oh, I did. That was like 30 sigil powder. Oh, let me look at that again real quick. 301. Well, 30. 300 sigil powder. After completing a world event, which involved killing a boss. So that was 30 just from that. That was like a really good ratio of like time spent versus how much I gained out of it. Okay, gain 20% movement speed. I'll salvage these. Like I said I would. This I should use though. That's a pretty sizable upgrade. And what about my skill points? Where did those belong now? I don't want to max out teleport. Maybe I get more speed out of that. Oh, whatever. I should probably try to boost up my damage. This critical strike damage. Hoping for damage over time would be the best. You know what? No, it's too expensive. Keep trying to reroll like that. This is still going to be much better than what I have right now, so I think it's worth it to try and see if I can make this weapon better than my old one, and it looks like the answer is yes. I mean, even this is perhaps a bit overkill, but increased damage while standing still. Okay, sure. Inner Calm. Cursed Touch. Cursed Touch. I can actually potentially apply Vulnerable with this. That could be really helpful. And yeah, this is pretty useless though, crit strike damage. Okay. What else? Oh, yeah, dungeon keys. Roderick Obel's Reserve. I don't need that. It's too bad. Okay. And I need to go Tree of Whispers and see what I can pull open here. Helms, amulets. Let's do amulets, I guess. Trying to get some more aspects, ideally, but no such luck there. 331 sigil powder. Outside all of the fast food places you're talking about, because we mostly have the same ones you guys have. Yeah, that's true, but still, don't really think I see too many cheese rolls. Completing a world event, or after turning in 10 grim favors. Okay. Good. Are these whispers still available? Not for very long. Although, why? What is that? It says the dungeon, the Scar. Is that part of the? Is that part of the new season? I might actually have to go check that out. But I have gathered a good amount of information regarding how I would want to level. Maybe. How much time do I have here? Okay, that's one. I can't. Oh, that's too bad. This wasn't actually a freebie. If I had like even like 3 minutes, I could have done all of them. But this time I can't. And where's the last one? Over here. Is pretty far. Yeah. Okay. A second. I got 34. I can do that. Alright, that makes 3. Yeah, see, I can get all these Venus motes, but it's just not gonna don't have enough time, unfortunately. Champion of Evil. Come on, spawn, spawn. Come on, no, please. Alright. And it ends, like, now, pretty much. Huh, that's funny. I would have almost made it. I didn't even need, like, an extra minute. I just needed, like... Or I didn't even need, like, 3 minutes. I just needed, like, 1 minute. But, again, like, I would have been able to do it. It's just that I'm busy, like, tracking down my results. So I know, like, where I can get more sigil powder. I guess this information is important, but... still, it does hurt to lose out on that. Didn't even spend any time in Nightmare Dungeons on PTR, because seeing the one stream didn't really entice me, to say the least. That's fair, I respect that, but they're definitely not an activity that are meant to be spammed, okay? Like, I know that there's the dungeon escalations. I don't really... I mean, they're whatever. Like, they're not all that crazy. But what I think that... The reason why I think that Nightmare Dungeon now are at least slightly better is because they have... If you have a whole bunch of Nightmare Sigils, at least it's not just, oh, are you going to get more gold? Or, oh, are you going to get... Like, each Nightmare Sigil now has a reward that you could possibly need, right? Like, maybe you need more materials. Okay, well then you can pull open one that has materials. Or maybe you need like gold, right? Then you can hit a Nightmare Dungeon that has gold attached to it. So it's not as bad as before, where, you know, in the past, it's like you're only really running these Nightmare Dungeons for the sake of for like Obdicite, I guess, and that's it. Now there's a little bit more to it than that. Okay, what is this dungeon? The Scar. I didn't see this before when I was playing my previous character. Either of my previous characters. Jordan Carragher. Okay. What is this? Bayona. I'm ready to aid in the ritual. Oh.
Activate the Wayfinder.
Oh.
Call upon
This... I wonder if this is actually something that's supposed to be available to me. This is actually kind of funny that, yeah, that this is here, because there's no, like, quest marker for it or anything. It just happens to be here. Fallen's head. Okay. I mean, to be fair, though, what would you even need to run Nightmare Dungeons for in the PTR, given what you were trying to test, right? Hmm. Okay. I was kind of curious if there was, like, any reward to this. Set everyone out. So... I can't help but feel like this isn't actually supposed to be... like, this quest isn't supposed to be available. Because now I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Alright, well, whatever, that was interesting to test and find out. Alright, back to the grind. So, salvaging sigils, gifts. Okay. I'm gonna keep doing my whispers. So I did East Carragher. Oh yeah, I know where's next. Kurast Bazaar. I have 7 minutes. This time I have plenty of time to clear these. So, this will be it then. I know one guy playing this game, even after he finished the campaign, he still loved doing the side quests. I can't be able to do side quests to each their own. You know, I'll be honest with you, mate. When I was playing through, when I was trying to do the renown rewards, right? I was dreading having to do all the side quests. Because, yeah, like, once you turn in all the waypoints, do all the strongholds, those are like the... Oh, Altars of Lilith. Those are kind of like a gimme, right? Like, you have to do those no matter what. Then, after those, I was... Oh, hey, Skilled Baron? I didn't even see this one. Oh, there you go. Now I'm good on gold for the next, well, for a very long time, I hope. So yeah, like I was actually dreading having to do the stupid nightmare or the side quests because I'm like, oh, this seems like a waste of time. And then when I actually started doing the side quests, I realized that a lot of the side quests are actually are actually fun. The side quests are fun because there's actually quite a bit of like lore and, well, yeah, mostly it's just lore, right? Like, and I actually kind of enjoy the lore that's like written as part of the side quests. Like some of them are just like whatever, but other ones are like, oh, so this is what happened to characters from past entries in the Diablo series, right? Or um, or maybe there's just like a storyline which is just fun to kind of like figure out like what's actually happening, or they like betray you, like you know what's coming, but you kind of have to see what they're doing. Anyway, yeah, the rewards are always pretty terrible, which never made much sense to me. I feel like they should just like up the rewards by 10 times. Like maybe for every side quest you complete, you get like a legendary item, or like it counts as like a couple grim favors or something, like I think that side quests have gone neglected. I feel like the option to do side quests to get to level 60 should be there. I'll also say that I do know I do know somebody who actually really, really enjoys the side quest. In fact, they enjoy the side quest so much that they stopped going through the main storyline of the game altogether and are just spamming side quests. Done eating. Have a good stream and great night later. Okay. Good night. Thanks so much again for the raid, Cam Cam. I hope you had a good stream, and good night. I'll catch you hopefully tomorrow. Wait, no, maybe on Sunday. I'll be streaming on Sunday. All right. I should do the greater collection of amulets. It's so tempting to do 1 and 2 handers, but because uh they're guaranteed to be weapons, right? But um and if one of them is like a legendary, then it has to be an offensive aspect. But on the other hand, there's no guarantee that there'll even be legendaries there. Oh, hey, look, chain lightning. Cool. Trying to see which aspects I get. Which aspects I get is actually sort of important, so I may have to switch out for this one, actually. Also, before I forget, 362 sigil powder. Alright, yeah, I think it's official. 362 sigil powder after turning into grim favors. So it seems that every 10 grim favors I turn in, I get 30 sigil powder. So the fastest way for me to farm sigil powder based off of all of the methods that I have tested so far is by running events in Helltide specifically. Because each event that I turn in at the Helltide seems to give me about 20 cinders by itself, or sorry, 20 sigil powder by itself. But sometimes there's also a boss on those Helltide events, and that gives me like an additional like 15 sigil powder. So that's good. A few of them are all right. I was quite excited when they brought strongholds into the game too, but now I'm dead bored of them. I think that here, hold on. I'll give my thoughts on strongholds in a second because I actually want to make some more progress here. But damage distant. Okay, now mobility. Movement speed. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay. Intelligence, max life, movement speed, damage, movement speed. Yeah, this is good. And then I'll put on conflagration here. Oh shoot. Do I not have? I don't have enough. Okay. Well, I'll just leave this here for now. Then I'll switch over to that eventually. But at least I have that going for me. I only have 2 abstruse sigils, even though I've been opening a lot of these whisper crates too. All right, I did take a lot of time just now. Oh, okay, this is ending. That's fine. I mean, it's not like I was gonna do anything else there anyway. Uh, how long is the Helltide up for? Helltide's up for a while, but trying to think about what course of action to take. I kind of want to run more of the Helltide now that I know that Helltide events are what are giving me the most value. I think that there's an event around here. No, that doesn't make much sense. It's like right next to a town. Uh, there's usually like one or two areas or locations in a region where there's like events, but here, I'll try to find out. I'm gonna take a look real quick and see. Um, yeah, pretty soon I'm gonna have to do the PvP zone whispers, and then after that I'll start crafting those nightmare sigils. And I'm just hoping for the forgotten knowledge ones. I wonder if I start crafting sigils at like a lower level, or if I'm not in Torment, I wonder if that impacts what modifiers I can get. Yeah, I'm wondering about that because I remember I got like last time I had like 3 forgotten knowledge ones. It was quite a few, right? But now I'm not so sure. Okay, so this one should give me quite a bit to work with. Yeah, I'm actually taking a lot of damage, but then again, I don't know if it even matters if I die anymore. Since I'm not actually here to farm cinders. Although I guess I should try to hold on to cinders anyway, since if I'm going to be like doing events in rotation mainly, then I will be farming cinders as a byproduct of that, so I should still keep myself alive. Alright. That's enough of that. So yeah, David, a few of them are alright. So strongholds, I actually think that strongholds were a missed opportunity. I thought that strongholds were something else entirely. I thought strongholds were gonna be like a location where maybe there's like, you know, maybe a group of people can capture a stronghold from AI, and then they can just like hold on to it and maybe like gatekeep people, unless other people wanted to kind of go in and steal it from them. Then they would have to maybe like fight them or something, right? Like, I didn't expect stronghold would just be, oh, you go in and then you do like a bunch of like mini tasks, and then that's, yeah, like I didn't expect it to be the way it was, where you do like the way that they implemented it is, oh, you do a bunch of mini tasks to complete the stronghold, and that's that. And in the past, like strongholds were a pretty legit like leveling method, and even now there's still a good leveling method. But I just feel like there's more potential that is unrealized. That could have been a lot of fun. That could have been like really cool, and that fortunately just is not how the game is in reality. But whatever. I mean, I'm okay just, you know, taking the game for what it is. It's not like the end of the world that they didn't implement strongholds the way I thought, the way I deemed fit, right? Yeah, that's, you know, they have their own vision for how they want the game to be, and that vision might be changing very regularly, but still, it's their game, right? Like, they're the ones who are, you know, running it. At the end of the day, I already paid to play it, and I've gotten, like, you know, I've gotten my money's worth out of this game for sure, so it's whatever for me. Ned boarded them. Still do them during leveling a character. Yeah, I don't like that every character I make, I need to go run the strongholds for them. I think that's silly. It's not... I actually like capstone dungeons, because capstone dungeons were a bit of a challenge up until a certain point, right? At some point, the capstone dungeons became sort of... I think it was like... I think around... By the time Season 3 rolled around, yeah, like the capstone dungeons were still a thing, but they were not... By that point, like, power creep had gotten to the point that, like, capstone dungeons were no longer all that difficult. And also, like, player knowledge. Like, in my case, I actually went and did all the renown rewards, and suddenly the game became, like, 100 times easier. And, well, yeah, now it's, for me, like, an assumption that, that we would have these renown rewards, right off the bat. So, having said that, yeah, like, talking about strongholds specifically, I just don't really like how strongholds are right now. I think that because for me, right, like the ooh, Amulet of Tenuous Destruction. That's always a fun one. 15 414 sigil powder. 414 sigil powder after completing 2 world events. Wow, this is kind of nuts. Uh, yeah, okay. I don't really need more damage though, so I don't need to get rid of. Tenuous Destruction requires me to get rid of. Tenuous Destruction requires me to get rid of all my defensive skills, including teleport. So I think I'd rather keep my mobility, even though that means I don't have as much damage. You had to. Yeah, I see that you mentioned something about Warhammer. I'll talk about that after, but just to wrap up what I was like trying to say, right? Like, I feel like strongholds, like right now in their current state, it's kind of cool that they have a use and that you can run them from like level 50 to 60. But I think for me, the reason I don't like strongholds is because I feel like it's a soft requirement, you know, like you're not locked behind doing strongholds to reach level 60 and to go into torment. But on the other hand, I'm very clearly going to be running all the strongholds from 50 to 60, right? Like on every single character. And I don't like that. I feel like it would have been a lot better if, you run strongholds and if I do it the other way around where I do strongholds earlier, I get like so little value out of that compared to if I do them later. I feel like it would be kind of better if they made it so that the amount of XP you get from these um, from the stronghold would actually scale with your level, right? Like maybe if like I tried to do a stronghold earlier today, like while I was like testing out a character and I got like 1 level out of it. Why am I only getting 1 level out of something that I have to work tooth and nail in order to clear, right? That just doesn't make very much sense to me. Or not even tooth and nail, but like if I'm gonna get 1 level now, at like level 5 or level 6, then why should I not just like save it all the way from when I am at like level, I don't know, like level like level 50, right? Yeah. So if I do it like if I don't do that, then it takes me a lot longer to level from 50 to 60. I remember there was one season, or last season actually, with the incursions, right? I was spamming incursions from 50 to 60. It took me 2 hours. But then meanwhile, if I instead just did the strongholds, well, I mean, it takes like me a little over an hour, right? So I'm saving myself an hour by always leaving the strongholds last. It's a very incredibly boring way to go about it, but I'm saving myself an hour, right? On every character that I do it on. So I basically feel compelled and forced to do it, but it is kind of boring. I don't like that. I feel like that should be changed because I think that's a bad system, right? I'm not complaining about how much XP I get out of it. I think that's cool and all. I just don't think that I should have to do it every time. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing whispers. I think I've established that whispers are a little too slow for getting sigil powder. Running events is the way to go. And if you do it in a party with people, then that's like, I think that's like the fastest way. Did I get any sigil powder out of this? I got a baneful heart out of this. That's cool. Hellspire. Sure. I feel like Hellspire I can actually survive. Oh no, they actually do hurt. Yeah, a few of them were all. So you said, yeah, Warhammer Online Strongholds are pretty awesome. That was PvP based stuff. I don't know if you ever played that. No, I never played it. But I don't know. I just thought that there would be some more fun, like, I don't know, I just feel like strongholds had more potential as compared to what they actually are. Or like, what about like a social component, right? I know this sounds ridiculous, but wouldn't it be cool if in a stronghold, if you clear a stronghold, maybe like each day there's like a different activity you need to do, or you know what? Maybe like, okay, here's some ideas. RuneScape has like castle wars, right? I thought strongholds would be kind of like maybe like that, where you have to like go up against other people in order to cap points, and you get points for it, or capture like specific objectives, and then you get like points for that or something, right? That's one thing that came to mind, like because this I'm going off of like based off the name. I didn't know what it was when the game first came out, so I was like thinking it might be something like this, or uh or hypothetically, like one of the things that they could do, what they could do with strongholds, in order to get into a stronghold, you have to do like a series of objectives to conquer the stronghold. But once you do, you can actually converse with all the other people that are also residing in the stronghold. So there's like a really fun social aspect to it. I remember when Diablo 4 first came out, I thought it was going to be like they were marketing it like an open world experience, right? Unlike Diablo 3 and Diablo 2 and like I presume Diablo 1 and other ARPGs. And so that actually kind of got me like excited because I was thinking that, oh yeah, maybe they're gonna, maybe it's gonna be the kind of game where you can actually like, oh shoot, I bugged out there. It could be the kind of game where you're grinding with, there's like a social component where you can talk to like other people, and like there'd be like more trading, kind of like World of Warcraft, right? I don't want the game to be exactly like World of Warcraft, but based off of how the game was being marketed, I was expecting something closer to World of Warcraft. But then when the game actually launched, the reality was there was no, like, because everything is instanced, uh everyone is just how do I, like, everybody's doing like, okay, so because of instances, I basically never see anyone in any region anyway. And if I were to bump into somebody, well, if I were to ever make it into like, let's say like World Tier 4 back before, season 5 or whenever they added like torments, uh most people would just be spamming nightmare dungeons anyway, because the goal in the past, right, went back before pit pushing was a thing, was to go from level 1 to 100, right? Back when the goal was to get from level 1 to 100, I thought that, uh, yeah, like most people would just spam nightmare dungeons, and I actually thought nightmare dungeons were like the most boring thing ever. Now I don't mind them as much, but back then I thought they were horrible. And it was silly that that was the only way to level glyphs. And again, like, I don't want to have to just be running Nightmare Dungeons. I actually really enjoyed Legion events, right? I actually really enjoyed spamming Legion events because you actually interact with other people. Like, yeah, sometimes people have, like, stupid overpowered builds and they'll just kill everything before you get to look at them, but still, at the end of the day, you get to play with other people. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really fun. And I think that I guess tying this back into what with like strongholds, yeah, it just wasn't. It just wasn't any of that, right? It wasn't. I'm not saying my ideas are great, but anything is better than it just being this like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna level. I'm just gonna level from 1 to 60, and at level 50 is when I'm gonna activate. Is when I'm gonna turn in all my strongholds. You had to overwhelm the stronghold and capture for the enemy team. Funny you say that. I went from 50 to 60 on my minion Necro this season, not doing the strongholds. I just stuck to Helltide. Okay. How long did that take you? You had your Spiritborn do a 1 to 60 from someone that Paragon 115 run me through pits. Okay, that doesn't count, man. I'm talking about obviously like leveling without getting boosted by somebody else, of course. Like otherwise, yeah, the fastest way to level is of course going to just be like you just ask somebody to go get you through pits. But some people really don't want to play with others, so I try to respect that too. Shoot, man, why do they got to make the pathing so difficult? This is where there's supposed to be like another event, but doesn't look like there is. This is one issue with running events. There's no consistency, it seems. Oh, there. An event. Hooray. Oh, this one will give me a boss too. I stopped counting how much sigil powder I'm getting because I'm pretty sure that this is the way to go for getting sigil powder quickly. Okay, you know what, I will track it actually. 438. 438 sigil powder after leading world event. Okay, there. Warhammer Online died a pretty fast death, though. They couldn't hold people's interest in going against WoW and MMORPG is always a tough ask. That was like way back then, right? You're talking about like in like the 2000s, before like 2010. Took me a couple hours, so it took you 2.5 hours. Yeah. Okay. I don't even think that it's not even, well. I mean, like, whether or not you're tryharding aside, anytime I do strongholds, it takes me an hour and 10 minutes. Roughly an hour and 10. An hour and 50. Let's just say an hour and 15 to make things a little easier. Not saying that to brag, okay? It's a like, essentially, it's the difference between an hour and a half to 2.5 if I'm doing, like, Hell Tides. Because I've never done Hell Tides from, like, level 50 to 60. I couldn't do it, knowing that holding on to strongholds is just much better. I quite liked it as a game. It was a bit sad they took it offline. Yeah, that's too bad, man. Okay. Um, I'm gonna hold on to that real quick. Uh, Everything else. Oh, these are some nice boots too. Uh, Ow, actually hurt. If that were a penitent, I would have died. Salvage this one. I'm kind of tempted to switch over to this legendary staff because it's a pretty big upgrade. That's like 40%. You know what? I don't even need to have a better aspect on it. This by itself would be better, I think. Big increase to the base damage. Okay. I was supposed to check how much sigil powder I have. Yeah, my suspicion is slowly starting to be confirmed here. This is pretty nice. My last world event I did, I got like 25 sigil powder. This time I got like 28. Yeah, I know strongholds are better for 50 to 60, but at that point where I'm a bit sick of doing them. That's fair. I'm complaining about that. Or that's the very thing I'm complaining about. I'm complaining that I too am sick of it. But on the other hand, unlike you, I just can't stand the thought of having to actually grind. Uh, yeah, I genuinely can't stand the thought of having to actually grind out Hell Tides from 50 to 60 or anything else. Not that Helltide is way more interesting, but I prefer. I think Helltide is more interesting. Like, Helltide's fun because, like, Stronghold is actually the same thing. It's the same objectives. It's the same, like, at least with Helltides, it might be a different location for the Helltide. And, you know, maybe you actually are racing to collect as many cinders as you can and you turn them all in on, like, Penitent and all that. There's different approaches to running Helltides, whereas with Strongholds, you literally set it on normal and then you just go 50 to 60 and you just blast some Netflix on the side for like an hour. So I think that Helltides are infinitely more interesting than Strongholds in that regard. That's my personal take on it. And there's like more activities to do and like more varied activities to do in uh, Helltides too, right? Varied as in um sorry, my brain is ceasing to work now. Like there's at least Ravenous Soul Spires, there's Hell Spires, there's, you know, Opening Chest, Blood Maiden, etc. Like Strongholds, it's the same it's the same thing for every single stronghold. So yeah. Okay. Uh Right. So I'm gonna try to temper this. Oops. Messed up. Okay. Cool. And salvage pretty much everything, right?
What's still got some good in it?
Common. I'll even salvage this. Why not? Yeah, fine. Continuous destruction.
Good nor evil. How may I help you?
Maybe I'll hold on to the materials for now. Do I have that many? I don't think I do, right? What? Huh? I'm so confused. Why? Oh, no, it's because I need to put on this one. Okay, now this makes way more sense. Yeah, I don't, like, I feel like it's very difficult for me to get abstruse sigils, but... Blizzard could easily rework strongholds, and make them more interesting if they put their mind to it. You're absolutely right. I think they probably could, yeah. Edge Masters. See, I'm glad that I unlocked these first because now I don't have to. Oh, okay, that's not happening. Yeah, no, I'm kind of glad that it, like, because so far I still have yet to properly unlock it from salvaging one of the other items. So, yeah, this was the right call for sure. Um, sure. Yeah, it was the right call. Making sure that I didn't. Okay, there we go. Oh, you said BRB, man. I want to catch the end of the sports news. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. This gives me a chance to. Oh, I just realized too. I haven't really been running any potions, have I, this whole time? Oh, what actually happened to the loot? Yeah, I used to at least get potions. Like even last season, I was getting potions out of these chests, but now I'm getting like nothing out of these chests. Armor, resource cost reduction, sure. Well, you know what? I don't. It's like too expensive. I'm not gonna bother with that. Here. Well, this is good timing because now, I wonder if these elixirs actually work with my open chests. Oh, this is a little scary though. They will probably hurt a lot more than previously. I mean, luckily I did get a whole bunch of armor, but so I have like some damage reduction, but it's not like 85% or anything like that. Is it just me or... Oh, wow, that was like 11 sigil powder. Oh, that's actually not that much. What am I talking about? It's like the same as what I got before. But the good thing about these Hell Tides is I did get like half a level's worth of XP, so it's still relevant in that regard. Normally I wait until the end of the hour to turn these in, but actually... Whoa, whoa, whoa! I feel like I'm getting more XP out of opening the chests at this level than I did when I was like lower level. Am I crazy for thinking this? Came close to killing me on that one. Gravitational chest armor? Isn't this for ball lightning aspect? I'll have to read through that one later. Oh, I know why I'm doing this. It's because I wanted to do the Blood Maiden. I think I have enough damage for it this time, unlike before. Okay, there's a bunch on that side. Yeah, and I'm also still trying to farm sigil powder too. Oh, there's an event here. Oh, it's so tempting to try to do the event. Well, I could try. Well, it would take me a while. Sure. Let's see. Do I stand any chance? I actually do plenty of damage. Like, it's penitent and it doesn't at all feel like penitent. That is nice to see. Wait, there's DR monsters here? That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a DR monster in normal. Oh, look at that. This is taking forever. Yeah, in terms of raw efficiency, I would normally just skip doing all this, but I want to actually know if it's remotely worth it at all. Oh, okay. Ow. Yeah, see, this is exactly where DR or anti-DR would come in handy, because then I don't have to like kill monsters twice. I just kill the DR and everything else with it. Shoot, man. These guys are hurt. Iron chunks. Okay. 485. I have 485 sigil powder right now. There, done. Now the boss spawns. And can I kill him? Let's find out. Dude, did you just take out half my life with that? Oh. Yeah, these kinds of attacks that I'd normally shrug off in normal, I feel a lot more dangerous now. Okay. I'm just gonna stay out of the way. I can kill him, I just need some time. Shoot. Where's my ultimate? Once my ultimate comes back up, I can get a bit more damage off of this. Oh yeah, tenuous destruction could help for a fight like this too, huh? Ice armor. Yeah, I'm getting it. Almost there. Yeah, I'm just gonna stagger him so I do more damage. And so I don't have to deal with them. Sigil powder, 14. 14 sigil powder. Flamethrower's aspect, 50. Okay, yeah, so I didn't really get that much more sigil powder. Did I? I'm gonna have to rewatch the stream after I open these last few chests to see. But I got Flamethrower's aspect, and that's pretty massive. That's like the go-to thing to put on my weapon. So that's a big deal. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, shoot. Actually died there. That was stupid. I meant to ice armor, and I actually ended up teleporting instead. I have no hand-eye coordination. That means I lose out on one chest. But the good news is I'm not really here to like for the chests. I'm just here to test the sigil powder, or sigil powder I can get. Then load up on chests and all that. Oh shoot, I don't have enough more. I can't open this. Level 36. Well, I'm missing like half a level, but alright. I'm just gonna go back to town. I think that was a job well done, and I can also go do Blood Maiden after this too. Definitely have enough damage as well. And Flamethrower's aspect. Oh man. This is exciting. Really exciting. But I need to be a little careful here. Mana per second. I might actually have to switch over for that. I know I'll keep saying that I'm not going to switch over, but some of these are actually going to help me in the long run. Int max life, life per 5. Yeah, I actually do need to start upping my gear. Oh, this one's even better. More armor. So I don't have to keep looking at my equipment. Okay. So, sigil powder. You know what? I'm kind of sick of tracking sigil powder. I think I have my answer. It's like good enough. Just gotta focus on playing for now. And I've actually turned in all my sigil powders, so... Well, there's one more thing I'm gonna do, and that's to clear Blood Maiden. Let me set the difficulty to normal. And then... sort out my gear real quick. Well...
See some steel you need?
Yeah, let me sort out my gear really quickly. This is 400 item power, but I don't think it matters. I'm not trying to temper anything onto, or imprint anything onto it anyway. Max life. No, I need total armor specifically. And then, yeah, incinerate size would be my preferred utility temper, but oh well. I got a ring. No, my helm. Right, my helm. Can I roll off conjuration skills, perhaps? Oh, yes, perfect. Mana per second could have been good, too. But I think this is fine. I'm not gonna pay too much heed to it. Defensive, gonna get some armor. Come on. Fine, whatever. No extra armor. Poor old me. Well, there is a chance that maybe this one rolls total armor. Okay. Wait, but then I think I just messed this up, didn't I? I bet that bug is still on the PTR where I can't roll this off. Ah, yes, of course. I bricked this helm. Stupid. Oh, whatever. That just leaves the flamethrower's loop. Now, I'm eventually going to need to salvage this, but until that day comes, I should just run this. I don't have enough materials, I don't think, to temper it onto my staff, or else that would be the place to do it. Yeah. Damage to crowd-controlled enemies. Okay, this one's going to go. This one's good. I'll temper onto this. Oh, better. And I could do resource cost reduction at this point. Okay, there we go. RCR. Done. So now my armor is in a pretty good spot. Where's my 8? There. Armor's in a pretty good spot. My resistances are, well, I mean, they are what they are. And I think I could probably go skulls now, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, wonderful. Skull, skull, and skull. Alright. Yeah. Maxed out armor, so I don't have to look at that stat anymore. Or I don't have to... For the next few levels, I won't have to really pay as much attention to my life, I don't think. As for my 2 remaining points, well, I think I'm going to start getting potent warding to try to get, like, more resistance to all elements. Again, just keeping myself alive so that if I'm doing Helltide, I don't suffer some unfortunate fate. Okay. I just realized I have 8 Baneful Hearts, but I guess, I mean, I might need... Never mind, I just realized that even if I stack Exquisite Bloods, or I stack Baneful Hearts so that I can get like Exquisite Bloods later in Torment, well, it's not like I really need anything from Lord Zier, as far as I know. Yeah. Oh, this is nice. Ooh, this is good. Very good. I could just do the helicopter. Wasn't there... Oh, I never actually bothered to max this one out. Okay, well that makes things a little easier for me. I definitely want potent warding later, but I think this one will make it a little easier for me to not have to pay attention to my mana. And especially when I'm going up against the bosses. I wish I had a controller for this, but this will have to do too. Oh, running low on mana. I think I got resource cost reduction on one of my... Actually, why don't I have resource cost reduction? I only tempered damage, but I didn't bother to do resource cost reduction. That seems kind of silly. Oh. I didn't even notice the boss had spawned. I'm gonna die to that. Might as well pick up some cinders while I wait for her to come back down. shoot. Yeah, she's taking less damage. Oh. Dude, I have no way to dodge that. If I had, like, invulnerability. Like, that's how I died in hardcore, like, way back when. Have I died yet with this character? I think I did. I can't remember how. Well, either way. At least it's done. Alright. Oh. Okay. I could turn in Cinder, or I could turn in Whispers now. Got 9 minutes. Yeah, I could drain out the rest of the, Tide, or just trying to think what the, right thing to do here would be. There's gotta be an event somewhere, right? I think the event is, like, around here. Looks like a good place for an event to spawn. Around here somewhere. Like, this is like a nice open region that an event's supposed to spawn, but it's not spawning. Ah, there's another one. I'm gonna go down to that spot. Maybe there's some there. There. Alright. I won't even let me teleport down. There's a lot of herbs in the area. But again, there's no... I think the events are just not spawning. I kind of wonder if the right call would have been to go into, like, the other region. Oh, there we go. There's the event, finally. Oh, it's a Waves of Darkness? Oh, nice. Oh, this is perfect for me, then. 544. I gotta write that down real quick. 544. 36. Level 36 and 544. Sigil powder. Gonna do the good old helicopter. It's just too bad I don't have enough damage to kill them in one tick. Well, some of them, I mean. Like, why is this one taking so long to die? It's just a regular monster. Yeah, see? Everything else is dying so much faster. Yeah. If this were one of those, like, nightmare dungeons that, that was, like, that had Forgotten Wisdom, it would be kind of nuts. But, no such luck there. I love how it's, I'm like on wave 11 already, though, wave 12. Probably make it like wave 15. Only Sorcerer, I feel like, is capable of this. Or Blood Surge Necro, I guess, yeah. And I know it's normal, yeah, but still, it's quite rare to see myself get past, like, even like wave 6 or 7. Ah, cool. That was good. Okay, how much sigil powder was that? 559. Okay. Probably pay a bit more attention. Like, yeah, I can't actually die to these guys. 559. I had like five. Okay. 544. Okay. 544 sigil powder before world event. Okay, now I'm at 559. That's good. All right. Is it time for me to do? Oh, the game freeze on me? Is my stream still up? Nope, it's still good. That's a lot of cinders that I'm losing out on, though. But at least I didn't die, I guess. At least. Okay. Yeah, seems like I'm still here.